never gonna do
Just
that.
one time, G. Just one time.
Hey, guy, man. Nate's head is
And I'll leave you
shining
alone.
bright like
G's the only one who starts his pod with like his camera off, bro. He does it every time.
Because they put in a do-rag on, that's why.
Hey, Nate, if we had a Wrestle Talk forehead off, I think you'd win.
All right, bro. Relax. Relax, bro. You just starting off like that. Okay, bro. All right. What did I do?
It's kind of a new. It's kind of a good thing, you know, that we start off the pod crazy with some crazy shit.
No, it's good. Yeah. What's up, everybody in the chat?
Oh, I didn't know we started. Dang.
Yeah, we already
started. That's what we just started on time, bro.
This guy, man.
Countdown, big dog.
It's 4:05. It's 4:05. This is not on time.
No, I said we were starting a little earlier today, bro. We usually late, like 15 minutes late. So.
We're not late. We're on time. If we start at 5:30.
All right, everybody, welcome. There's already some people in the chat, so people in the chat have been waiting. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the local supporters who be here every week in the chat waiting. So, as you guys can see, for people who may have read the topic, we're gonna be spinning the wheel today of random topics. We're gonna try to get through all 20. I believe there's 20. If I'm not mistaken, 20 topics. We'll try to get through all of them. I'm going to try to put like maybe a timer on some of these topics so we can kind of breeze through some of them. They're all random, so it'll all be randomized when the wheel spins. It'll just land on whatever, and then G will be the one removing them as we go, and we'll just continue to move from there. We do have 2 guests coming on today, which I'll allow to introduce themselves. You guys can plug in your socials, whatever content that you guys make. People can follow you and check out your content. Lav has been on here before, but I'll let him go first, and then Jose, you can go after him.
What up, y'all? Laughing Not Famous here, you know what I'm saying? Laughing Not Famous everywhere, every TikTok, YouTube, wherever you want to find me, I'm there. I stream on Kick every day. If you want to come over there, we watch wrestling, listen to music, do all kind of crazy shit over there. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about some wrestling with y'all.
Yo, Toxic Jose, anything for Shalinas, one member of High Tech Wrestling Podcast. Follow us everywhere, High Tech Wrestling Podcast, Wrestling Take on Twitch. We stream every Wednesday. About to start streaming every Friday with Random Gaming Friday. So, appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, as G spins the wheel, I'll put the wheel up here, and then I'll remove it as we go to the topics. I don't know how heated some of these topics are going to be. I don't know how people are going to go with these topics.
We all answering them, or is it just going to be?
Yeah, it's everybody's answer. It's everybody's answer.
Hey, Locke, bro. You better not be on no. I'll say, Locke, you better not be on no yeet shit, bro.
Bro, you know what I do.
Team no eat, bro.
Jimmy come back soon, so it's cool.
All right, bro.
They got
I see what type of day it's about to be.
I still gonna get my hoodie.
It's gonna be a great day.
It's gonna be ugly with that.
Jim better come back to help Jay, bro. That's what we gotta do, bro. Need some help.
All right, man. Relax. Anyway.
Caught the line. What's up, peeps? Mo, you ready? You got your camera on? You still eating that chicken, bro? The unseasoned chicken?
Nah, it's unseasoned.
Not too much. Not too much.
We're going with
Oh, it was the unseasoned mac and cheese. Sorry, unseasoned.
Yeah.
Correct myself.
Yeah.
Where you get unseasoned mac and that's not my business. I'm sorry.
The grocery store.
Nah, I want to know. Nah. Where'd you get unseasoned mac and cheese from?
From the grocery store, bro.
He probably eating Kraft, bro, like a good boy.
Ew.
Wait.
I'd rather.
No. Wait. What grocery store was just selling mac and cheese?
Bro, is G lagging for anybody
in
else?
the deli?
Yeah, he's lagging.
I mean, Walmart sells unseasoned mac and cheese.
Honestly, I'm sharing the screen.
Walmart
does.
deli. Like it kind of depends. It kind of depends on what.
You shared the screen before, but it's never lagged before. But I'll put the.
Damn.
We'll put
that nigga Wi-Fi dead.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi.
Your service nervous.
Where his Wi-Fi is like Samoa Joe's career in the gutter.
Hey,
not too much. Not too much. Not too much.
What did he do to you? Who hurt you?
I'll just say because G loves Samoa Joe, so you know what I'm saying. I gotta get on.
We'll wait for G. When G comes back, we'll spin the first.
Oh no, I was just turning off my camera because I'm lagging so much. So yeah, I just turned it off. I'm here.
No, you're good. You're good. It just like lags. I don't know, lags a little bit, but the wheel's a little laggy too. But when you spin it, you can just tell us what it is when it comes up, if you want.
Malik, you don't want to just pull up on your thing.
No, I didn't make the wheel. He made the wheel, so he put it together. He already.
Dang, I can't see that shit.
No, he'll tell.
Better.
He can tell us.
I mean, it's right there. Y'all can see it. Better WWE career all time: Edge or Seth Rollins.
I plead the fifth. What the fuck? answering
Okay.
this.
Damn.
I'm
That's hard.
I'm not answering this. The fuck?
Why would
I mean, do you want me to answer? I mean, if everybody,
why do I have to choose? Why?
Go ahead,
I mean, I can honestly.
Well, I have Edge top 10 all the time. I don't have Seth Rollins top 10.
And honestly, it's Edge, and it's because the tag team. That is what's putting it over the edge for me.
Can't you say
tag team diff?
But Seth was in the Shield.
Yeah, Seth was in the Shield.
Seth was in the Shield, and I'm not taking that away. But I think Edge and Christian, that tag team. I mean, the TLC match, they helped revolutionize. I think that because it's close, but I'm taking that just slightly over the edge because I think his tag team, career is better. I think the tag team career is better than Seth. Is
that more impactful than the Shield creating the 3 biggest stars in professional wrestling?
Exactly. That's my question.
Probably not.
No.
Because right now, like the Shield since the Shield happened, like I think they've held the title like.
But we got to separate tag teams and factions are 2 different things though. Like Edge was
it's just a little of a pushback because he put.
I mean, their careers are kind of very.
You got the Shield there too. That's also
their careers are kind of very similar. I mean, world title runs. Both had great money to make cash-ins. You know what I mean? Like both were mid-card champs. Both great at promos, character work. You know, stuff like that. Match quality. I mean, it's pretty neck and neck. I think it kind of boils down to, I guess, maybe impact. As far as maybe who had the bigger impact, where that leads to. And when you look at your top 10, I mean, everybody has a top 10. So by show of hands, who has Edge? Just strictly WWE. We're not talking all the wrestling, but who has Edge in their top 10 WWE superstars all time? Because I do.
I do.
Who has Seth Rollins in their top 10 all time?
Only because he's not done yet.
I got it.
I'm top 15. Top 15, top 20.
He's a top 10
because I got Seth in my top 10 because he wasn't the one. Like Seth wasn't the one that was supposed to really be where he is. Like Seth and SummerSlam with John Cena, no one thought that match was gonna be fire. No one was like, "Oh, that shit finna be lit." No one looked at that match like that or whatever. But that match with him, John Cena, even though Jon Stewart fucked up the ending of it all, but that match was fire. That was fire. The cash Money in the Bank. Like if I'm doing Edge and I'm doing Seth, I'm going, who do I want to watch wrestle? Who do I want to watch? Who am I going to pay money to go see? For me, Edge is okay. Young Edge, mid card, wrestling Eddie Guerrero Edge, yeah, all day. But
I don't think
that's peak Edge though.
I think I could. I think I could like.
It's like 06.
I kind of separate it in different ways, but I will say though, as a talent, I lean more towards Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins still doesn't have the longevity or the solo impact by himself that Edge has. Edge made an impact on the business by himself. I don't think Seth has like that true footnote of a moment where he has that by himself. His true moments of changing the business was primarily with the Shield. Edge has moments where
I'll give him and I'll give Seth the cash in, but also to your point about Seth not supposed to be in that position, Edge really wasn't.
Edge wasn't. Yeah, he
wasn't. It took Paul Heyman
he was more
having
favored
to
than Christian.
Agreed.
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to be in this spot neither. You know what I mean?
But it's just like I can't watch. If I'm being honest with myself, I'd rather watch Seth wrestle than I'd rather watch Edge wrestle. That's just my personal preference.
I think it's
not a bad take at all.
I think Seth's a better performer. I think Seth's a better in-ring performer. I do think Edge excels better at mic and character work, though. I think he excels better at that, especially playing a heel too. I think he definitely is.
I think he's a better babyface and a better heel.
I also feel like when it comes to Seth, especially when we talk about babyface or heels, comparing him to Edge, like Edge has one of the greatest heel peaks we've ever seen. Like Seth doesn't have that on that level.
Yeah.
Different times too.
Like Seth as a talent is great overall. Don't get me wrong, but
I think he's better than
and I think to point out too, a big factor I just thought about, Edge was able to stick out in an era where like the roster was really heavily Undertaker, Cena, Orton, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, like many top superstars who were either already solidified legends or guys still trying to make a name for themselves on the way to that. He coming from the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, two of the most stacked eras with two of the biggest rosters where they created the most stars that are legendary still to this day that we all talk about. So I think that also, I mean, different eras, different times too, but I feel like I would have a little bit more towards Edge. It's kind of close. I wouldn't go crazy if they said they wanted to put Edge under.
And
Seth.
another thing that
I will say,
I'm sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I was just say also, like if we want to talk about even recently, the Judgment Day, that was Edge's idea as well. And look at what that did for Rhea and Dom and Damian and what it's doing for JD, and it kept Finn doing something. So you can also credit the Judgment Day.
Do you guys think it's been hard for Seth too? Because realistically, he's always kind of been in that shadow of Roman too, because they come from the same era, and it was always between like.
He's been forced to make the best out of it, you know, and he like, even with the world title run, I think that a lot of people don't really give him credit for it because as soon as the belt came out, it was like there's got to be a consolation prize, but he somehow made it into something that was respected, and it's to the point where unfortunately Damian, I don't think is doing the best with it, but Rollins held that belt for a very long time. And I feel like while at some points it was forgettable because of the matches on Raw, which I've never been a fan of, he still found a way to make that belt as relevant as he possibly could. And I think a lot of points got to go into just for that, you know?
I think with Edge too, like I said before, the main thing that separates, for me, a main thing that separates them is the solo impact they had. Like we mentioned Seth Rollins having one of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins, if not the best, but Money in the Bank doesn't get revolutionized in the way it is without Edge being there. Like Edge started these guys, not only Seth Rollins, but he started a lot of guys like a CM Punk, Trent. Like the Money in the Bank storyline doesn't happen with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan doesn't get the moment without the Money in the Bank. Like because of Edge, the Money in the Bank got revolutionized so much, and it has so many twists and turns, and that doesn't happen without Edge, and that's the impact that he has.
So. Well, y'all making it seem like it's close, and if we're talking talent, I'll take Seth. But if the question is who had a better WWE career, I'm personally taking Edge, and I'm not even thinking twice because I don't think Edge ever had a point where he stagnated. Seth Rollins at one point it was pretty stagnant, especially when he came back from the knee injury. Let's say like 2017, 2018, he wasn't doing much until he got the IC title. When you look at Edge's career, he went from one of the best tag teams of all time, straight from there to being one of the best mid-carders, the whole SmackDown 6 thing. But then he had his neck injury, came back, had the heel turn, and then had the feud with Matt, which elevated him while he's still holding Money in the Bank. And then goes into the main event where he flourishes and then, in my opinion, is the best heel of the Ruthless Aggression era. Seth, to no fault of his own, was in an era where the product was not as good, and Edge was a big reason why the Ruthless Aggression era was so good.
No, I mean that's a valid argument.
So are we all collectively agreeing Edge?
I would say Edge too. I mean, plus he had that long tear off too, where he had that neck, and like I said, he was gone for 9 years, so he was able to come back and still contribute a little bit too. But even if he didn't come back, his career was still pretty iconic himself. So, and even though Seth's career is still continuing, I mean, his career is still continuing, but he's already had a Hall of Fame career. He could retire today and he'd go in the Hall of Fame next year. So he's already had a Hall of Fame career himself. So I think it kind of goes neck and neck, but no pun intended. Edge, I'm sorry, neck problems.
That's crazy. I just got it. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
That was a hell of a discussion though. That was good.
That was a good one.
I think this was one of the very few discussions on this channel that didn't end into a blowout argument. So love that for us.
It's gonna happen.
That's cool.
It's gonna happen.
It'll get closer when Seth still has like 10 more years left.
Nate, you're fucking dumb.
I had to check the account real quick. What the
fuck? Hey, real quick. Jeff Hardy. There ain't no fucking Shane McMahon. I love you, Shane. We're not even having that conversation. That shit just pissed me off.
Wait, it's not at least.
No. We're not gonna act like this.
I don't think so.
Steve got tased in the nuts, bro.
Okay. Wait. Y'all ignoring the fact that Shane is Vince's son. He did not have to do none of that. Him jumping off anything at all is a risk in itself. Like he does not have to do that. Like he could have been a regular wrestler. Like even though he would have sucked ass if he actually like
Dog
took
water.
it serious.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he didn't have to do all that. Like he actually could have been like, actually, if I actually want to like have people like notice me as a wrestler, I'm gonna have to stand out. I don't want to do all that. Like I'm just going to call stuff from the boardroom from the back. But I mean, it's a risk in itself that Shane even got up on anything and jumped off. Like man got dropped on his head and was like, nah, throw me again, Angle. Like we're gonna break this glass. He's the boss's son. He ain't got to do none of that. Like
I was gonna say that when it comes to risk takers, I think people only like see that as jumping off of things, which that's the main thing that made Jeff Hardy, that he's willing to jump over shit, which is cool. But Shane got fucking his balls electrocuted. That's a risk in itself. He got like Nate said at King of the Ring, he got belly to bellied on his head and then proceeded to get thrown into 2 glasses. Like that's more of a risk. That's more risk. He has more of a variety that he's done than Jeff.
You gotta.
Here's the thing.
Not to mention
Jeff-
though too, he's the only guy to ever jump off Hell in a Cell, bro. Like realistically, like jumping off the cell enough is
That's
crazy
wild.
itself, bro. Like even though going into that match, I think most of us were kind of thinking he was gonna do it because you knew Shane was gonna do a big spot. But in the back of our minds, they were like, they're not gonna let him though. Like there's no way they're gonna let him jump off the Hell in a Cell, bro. Let alone like that itself is crazy. I feel like it's neck and neck. If I'm being honest, I feel like most people only really choose Jeff Hardy just because he's more popular. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
and they like Jeff Hardy.
Here's
more.
why. Here's
That's
why
what it
it's
comes down
Jeff.
I can't get down.
Here's
with
why
that,
it's
I
Jeff.
know.
Because Jeff did it way more often than Shane did. That's my only thing. Because
But
when
is
you
that-
think about all these moments, Shane is like spaced out. Jeff was doing this shit.
is that a base?
On a
You heard
consistent
that?
basis.
You heard that shit? What was that?
I was gonna let him live. Mo, I keep
said
your
give
mic.
The table.
I thought you were about to sing.
Even though Jeff did it more on a consistent basis because he was a full-time wrestler, Shane's moments are still up there with Jeff Hardy's, if you ask me. Like you go look at the clips and highlights, Shane was doing a lot of things Jeff could do, and vice versa. Jeff could do a lot of the things that Shane would do too. So I feel like it's really neck and neck. Like I said, most people I feel like would pick Jeff Hardy only because he was the more popular superstar. That's just how I feel about it. Because a lot of people say that Jeff clears, but I'm like, bro, y'all clearly haven't watched what Shane McMahon did like throughout his career.
Hey, you
I'm
want to know why I
choosing-
think?
I'm
you wanna know
choosing
why I think
Shane,
it's-
bro, because anybody that's willing to get electrocuted in the nuts for a long period of time, bro, I
hear you, but you want to know why I'm gonna give it to
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy?
because he's a spot monkey. You gonna say it? Go
No,
ahead.
no. That's actually not what I was
You
gonna
gonna
say.
swear? Go ahead.
No, because one of them can still walk normally.
That don't mean shit.
Jeff cannot walk normally.
Hey,
That means everything, bro. That means everything, bro.
Okay.
That means everything, bro.
Okay, wait.
Does
Hold
Jeff
on,
Hardy
wait.
walk?
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna add more to this fire. I'm gonna add more to
He
this
can't do his
fire.
own finisher.
I'll add more to this fire. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be toxic. Okay, here we go. What's harder to do? Something inebriated or something sober?
I mean, hey, depending on who you talk to,
I got okay. Watch. Okay, I got a guy. I'm in Chicago. We got people working on Sears Tower. Sears Tower is one of the tallest buildings in the world. Okay, he has to take those little small glasses, those little small like little shot like little shooters or whatever, just to be able to walk up there because it's a tight space. I'm giving it to Shane solely off that point of being crazy enough to do it for that reason. I'm not trying to accuse or say anything toxic. I swear to God, I'm not. But if I'm getting tased in the nuts, thrown into a glass pane that won't break, no, we're doing it over and over again. Sober? Oh, no, you win. Jeff does it full time, used to it. Shane was part-time. The Mean Street Posse wasn't one of the greatest factions of all time. That didn't really mean anything. He was doing it part-time, and he was rich and didn't have to do it. Shane wins. There's nothing else to talk about. Shane wins.
I mean,
I'm not mad at that.
So to counter that, is it easier to do stunts like that in your prime or when you're 55, almost 60 years old and facing the younger version of yourself in a ladder match for no reason?
Here's the thing, Shane.
Which one's harder to do? When
Shane
you're older,
does-
when you're young?
Hold on. Here's the thing, Shane does the crazy shit because he wants to. Jeff is doing the crazy shit because he has to.
That's not true. You know
It
that's
is true.
not
Whoa.
That is
It
not
is
true.
He has to.
You think
Why does
Hold on. I want him to explain. What is
Hold on, because Shane can do without the crazy ass fucking shit. He can put on a match without some crazy ass shit. He can put on a match. Jeff nowadays, he has to jump off and do the crazy shit.
Nowadays,
to make the match
sure.
Oh yeah, he's saying nowadays.
But Shane just
Shane
normal
nowadays
matches.
probably
Fuck
has to.
no.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
nowadays,
not gonna lie. Shane McMahon tore his quads doing Elite.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
That nigga can't even wrestle.
He already wasn't built.
And he's still walking
he has
with
to.
Jeff Hardy. So
He has to.
Hey, so that goes more to Jeff
He is,
Hardy because he can
No.
still take the
Listen,
risk.
Shane McMahon has been
At
trying to
55
impress
years
his dad
old, and
for
he can't
years.
no.
Watching Jeff Hardy.
No, just because
right
you
now.
can still do it, don't mean that you can still take it. Like
Right.
Jeff
Watching
Hardy, literally
He-
one of Jeff Hardy's last matches
Not
was a ladder match with Darby Allin. That
he
was like a
can't.
year
Alright,
ago.
but he still can't take that though. Just because you can
He
do
keeps
it
getting up.
doesn't mean you can still take that kind of.
He
punch.
getting up, but he ain't around though.
Stop.
Like, see where he at right now, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shane,
Sammy Guevara's bitch ass.
Hey, Shane McMahon can't do it either.
Vince McMahon can get put through a table. Does that mean he should still keep getting put through a table? No.
Yes.
Vince McMahon couldn't even take a stunner.
Yes.
Vince McMahon couldn't even take a
Totally
stunner.
different.
He can't.
That's a bad example. That's a bad example.
He couldn't even take a stunner, and he's done that.
Hey,
should be
hey,
stoned. He should be stoned at that.
All right.
Stone him at that, bro.
Bro, it's to the point where if you think about it, okay, as a part-timer doing hardcore stuff, that's one thing. As a full-timer doing hardcore things kind of to get yourself put over, because don't forget about that Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy WrestleMania match. That was a fire match, and he really didn't do too much. So he wrestled, but that was in his prime. Like now at like 40 plus, you shouldn't want to or have the desire to do that because of your legacy period. At this point, because Shane is a part-timer who's rich as ever, who does not need the fame of that at that point, that's the only reason why I give him the nod. But Jeff, like,
I
even
feel
right
like
now,
I feel like though that's what people expect when both guys wrestle at that, because I feel like they've made it so popular throughout their careers and they make it such a thing. Like when people see Shane wrestle, they expect him to do stuff like that. They expect him to at least jump through the announce table. They expect Jeff Hardy to at least jump off something because that's what they got so popular and so famous for throughout their career. So it was kind of a detriment to both guys. So not necessarily that they have to or want to, but I think it's more the expectation of this is what the people want to see.
And then to that counterpoint, you keep talking about the reason why I give Jeff Hardy the nod is because Shane McMahon did it part-time, which means he had longer times to recover in between said risk taking. Jeff Hardy had to do this week to week to week to week. And let's be real, probably didn't recover normally through the natural selection of human recovery. He probably has some help.
In
To
multiple
me,
different
keep it in
companies.
a buck.
To
In
me,
multiple
it-
different companies
to-
against multiple different people. Half
to
the time
me,
for no reason.
It doesn't matter how long you're doing it. It matters about what you're doing. Primarily, Jeff Hardy was jumping off of shit. Shane was jumping off of shit, getting dropped on his head, thrown through glass, and getting his nuts electrocuted. Like you can say, okay, Jeff did it a longer period of time, sure, but that doesn't mean shit to me. What about the difficulty about the other things? I never see Jeff get his nuts tased or getting thrown through glass the same way Shane did.
I mean, he did get. I was about to say he got speared off a 20-foot ladder, and when Randy Orton was playing with that ear in that Hell in a Cell match, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Getting your nuts electrocuted is something else.
No. When Randy Orton was in Jeff Hardy's ear, I was like,
but here's the thing. Was Shane actually getting his nuts electrocuted?
No,
Jeff was actually getting his ear pulled. So
I don't know.
I don't know if he was really getting electrocuted or not, but that ear thing was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I doubt it, bro.
real. You can't fake that
thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That ear thing, bro.
The ear thing wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was a risk take, but it was very like hard to watch though. You know what I'm saying?
I literally was like, Randy, please stop it. He's had enough. What are you doing?
You can debate
Stop.
when he grabbed the screwdriver and did it. I was like, holy shit, dog.
Oh,
so many other factors.
please do not remind me of that screwdriver, bro. That was
the screwdriver was crazy.
Stan, I love you, but that's Jeff Hardy. That's the GOAT right there. I'm sorry.
I got
Yeah, well, Jeff and Goat is crazy, so let's not do that.
You know what it is.
GOAT is insane.
Yeah, GOAT is wild.
Oh, I love this question.
Which one? What is this?
Who's one guy? And well, actually, take me out. The you can unshare. I'll ask it live. Who is one guy in? Oh, it's not. Oh, there we are. Who was one guy in WWE history that you would have picked to beat the streak, obviously, other than the two who beat Undertaker?
Oh,
that's easy.
That's easy.
So anybody
Very
but
easy.
Brock or Roman?
Yeah, it's anybody.
Oh,
but Brock Lesnar.
excluding Roman, because Roman didn't beat the streak though.
He didn't beat
Yeah, but he beat him, and
I'll be counting.
He did beat him for no reason.
But the
But,
question is,
but there's a better version of Roman though that you could have said.
but the
that,
question is to end the streak, not aside.
Fair
from
enough.
And that's easy.
And Triple H.
That's very
the
easy.
obvious answer here.
Stop
Bray
it!
Wyatt.
Stop. Pick a real
Who's that
answer.
Very
Bob.
easy.
Pick
Who's
a
that
real
Triple
answer.
H?
Me.
Who the f-
Oh, I thought he
No,
said Trick
no.
Williams.
Oh.
I thought he said Trick
yeah.
Williams, bro.
No.
Hey, Love, I thought
Wait,
you
what?
said Trick Williams, boy.
I mean, like, end of
I'm
an
not
era.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Triple
I
H
didn't
was
even
the
hear that.
last
Triple
person.
You said Triple H. Okay, I was like, bro, stop.
No, Triple H, bro.
I was like, no, everybody hop off. It's not gonna happen today.
Everybody hop off.
All right, so
I'm not
everybody
gonna
going
Triple
order.
H.
Malik, starting with you. Who you? I already have my pick. But
If I realistically had to pick one, knowing where the direction would have gone, I would have chose the Fiend. I would have gave it to Bray. The Fiend character specifically.
Yeah, the Fiend. Yeah.
character. I would have had it. I would have had it in a Hell in a Cell, and then I would have Undertaker retire after that, because I feel like his character really just embodied kind of Undertaker-ish vibes that would have made sense for Undertaker to pass on his legacy of the dark side to the Fiend's character. And the Fiend, I guess the Fiend taking Undertaker's soul, I guess you could say, would have really helped elevated that character to like be booked a lot better. Because after, I feel like if he would have ended the streak, he wouldn't have been losing to Goldberg and the Hell in a Cell. That stuff never happens, I feel like, because you really have to protect that in itself, because the streak was so precious itself. So I would have gave it to the Fiend. I would say the Fiend.
what about you, Love?
I'm going Triple H mainly because the Hell in a Cell match. I think, first of all, I do think the first Undertaker and Triple H match at WrestleMania was the better match. I think a lot of people don't talk about that match just because the grandeur of the whole end of an era thing that usually overtakes it. I always take that first Triple H match over it. But I think the ending of Shawn kicking Undertaker and then the pedigree, if Triple H pinned him right there, and then the ending spot of all three of their careers was them standing at the top of the ramp holding each other's hands up, I think that's the way you end all three. Never wrestle again. I know that they still did it with Undertaker winning, obviously, but I think that's the perfect way to end it. And it's kind of, Triple H did it, but he had Shawn's help too. I know a lot of people would say Shawn, but in a way, it was like Shawn and Triple H were needed to do this one thing that no one else could do. So I don't think I think Triple H is hands down the best option.
Okay. Joe, what about you?
I'm going the Fiend. I'm going the Fiend. That was the better look. I think because of the narrative of what the streak was and how it was actually curated and created, I think it had to be the Fiend to be able to be passed on to something. I think if it, like the last point, I like that. I do like that ending. It's a great ending. But to kind of keep that whole passing the torch thing, that narrative going or whatever, it had to be the Fiend. Like, it couldn't have been anybody else. With Shawn's last run was to be in a space where he was just showing how good he freaking was. Trips was on his last little leg too, whatever, and that's all it was. But to be able to keep the narrative and keep the story going and to kind of keep the legacy going, it had to be the Fiend.
What about you?
For me, my answer has and always will be CM Punk. I would have had CM Punk beat Undertaker WrestleMania 29, only simply because at that time, when Maivia did beat CM Punk for no fucking reason, that put CM Punk in a little bit of a downward spiral. So when I'm booking that match, I'm booking it as, how can I get CM Punk back on track? How can I keep his momentum? And how can I propel him even more than what he already was? How can I make him much more of a hated heel? And I would have pulled the trigger on him beating Undertaker. And I feel like that would have done a lot for CM Punk. And yeah, I mean, I've done videos about that. I'm not going to get too into detail, but I would have had CM Punk beat Undertaker at 29 just to put CM Punk back on track.
Okay.
A lot of y'all have said the Fiend, and I'm gonna go Bray Wyatt because the Fiend was a creation that came about because of how many times Bray Wyatt kept losing when he shouldn't have. I think if you have Bray Wyatt, the not the Firefly Funhouse, but the Wyatt family cult leader, because Undertaker doesn't lose to Brock Lesnar, obviously he beats him, but Brock Lesnar, this is now Undertaker going through a Hell in a Cell match, a no holds barred match, and Brock Lesnar in 3 straight Manias. Bray Wyatt comes in and finally is like, Undertaker just has no more. Bray Wyatt gets that win. That does something for him. And then he beats Cena at the next Mania. Or no, I'm sorry. Cena came before. But there's a lot of things with Bray Wyatt that you would have fixed. And I think him beating the streak and becoming the new face of fear, like he was trying to put out in his promos leading up to it, I think that's who beats Undertaker. And we don't need the Fiend because Bray Wyatt is fixed.
Mo?
Fair enough. Personally, I'm like very, very strongly in the camp of people that believes the streak should have never been broken. So I'm just gonna go as a fan perspective and purely as a fan and not.
No. If you don't have a person to speak why you don't think anybody should have broken.
Well, I got somebody, but it's just like from a fan side.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels. Never wanted him to. I did not want him to retire. I was not ready for it, but that's the only reason why.
Okay, well, speak why you think the streak should have never been broken, though. Why you think he should have retired undefeated.
For me, I'm looking at what Loft was talking about. My perfect visual of Undertaker going out was 20-0, end of an era, all three on the stage, holding the hands up. That would have been the perfect visual to end what honestly is, like you guys have said on this pod before, a top 5 storyline in WWE history. That is the perfect way you end that. And they've pretty much soiled it with the Crown Jewel thing and all that. And not just that, the streak breaking and Undertaker's career continuing after that made him normal. Because before, when you had the streak, every Undertaker match, it was more important than the title matches. Like, there was world title matches we did not care about compared to how much we cared about the streak. And it's just when Undertaker would come out and continue to have these matches with Bray, Roman, Cena for 2 minutes, and then the Great Boneyard match, I'll give them that. But it was just sad. It was dead ass just sad. And it was like, you had a perfect moment for him to go out, and they soiled it.
Nate, you got the last one.
Not the Fiend, but regular Bray Wyatt, the original Bray Wyatt. I just think that was just easy. It's the passing of the torch, and like G said, like Bray, you wouldn't have to fix Bray because once you beat the streak, you would have been protected. Look what that did for Brock Lesnar. Like you have to protect that person. Like you can't make that person look stupid because they literally broke the streak. And to Mo's point about Undertaker, his career not ending, I think that would have been perfect for Undertaker to end his career on because he always felt like he needed to do more. He felt like his ending wasn't perfect. If he would have passed the torch to Bray Wyatt, there would have been no Saudi Arabia matches. There would have been no other matches at WrestleMania. We wouldn't have to sit through a dog shit, slow ass Hell in a Cell match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 32. Literally, Bray beats Cena at 30, beats Undertaker 31. Undertaker's off. It's done. Nothing more. You don't have anything more for Undertaker to do. His career ends on a perfect note. He passed the torch. He feels satisfied, and you create a new star in Bray Wyatt. Would have been easy.
One more thing.
It's crazy because the moment that Bray Wyatt and Undertaker got before Bray Wyatt passed is literally the moment.
The passing.
Yeah,
literally.
Last thing I'll touch on this subject. I seen a couple in the comments. I actually would have loved Legend Killer Randy Orton if the streak had been more established, though. If the streak had been more established around that time frame, Randy Orton would have been another guy who would have been perfect for it because he was the Legend Killer. So that would have helped propel him even further. But the streak was still growing and becoming bigger and bigger at that time.
I'll throw in one more, just piss people off. Super Cena.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
I like
that
it.
idea before.
You know what?
Mania 30, turn him heel.
I like it.
I was going to say, if you had turned Cena heel in the match, say like Cena and Taker are fighting and he realizes he can't beat Taker, and then he uses heel tactics to beat him, I think to me that would have been bigger.
Crazy,
that's bigger than Hogan at back. That's bigger than Hogan at Bash at the Beach. That's bigger than Seth turning on the Shield. That's the biggest heel turn ever. Like we're talking mid match.
Yeah.
Like
Jesus,
going into the match, Cena's babyface still. He's still Super Cena, but realizes he can't put down Undertaker at WrestleMania. If he takes a chair or hits him with a low blow or something crazy and then beats him, bro, that would have been
like
insane,
ref bump
bro.
and he grabs the chair.
Cena would have had an insane world title run too.
Yeah.
Hey, Malik. Malik.
How would he lose after that? He would have. I'm not gonna lie.
That would have been Brock. He would have been Brock Lesnar. He would have been Brock Lesnar.
He might have had a tribal chief type run. I'm not gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna lie.
that'd have been cool. I wouldn't mind that.
And then, yo, Undertaker lucky Omos wasn't around. I'm trying to tell you.
You're not wrong.
Hey,
Omos would end that. Omos would end that, bro.
Hey,
Hey, what you mean, though, bro?
2-minute squash match.
Giant Gonzalez. Y'all remember that?
Bro, that's
Hey, don't hate, bro. Don't hate, bro. That's a scrub. Omos is great, bro.
Wait, so can I confirm, Jose? Are you not an Homo sapien?
No, bro.
He should be. He should be.
Bro,
Racist.
come on, man.
He on the wrong side. He on the wrong side. He'll come
You
around.
can't name me
Bro.
four moves that Omos does. You don't
Yes,
know
I
them.
can, bro. He got this. He got this. He got the lead of the head back. He got the punch. That's
do I get the side too?
Give me some
man.
emotes. Nah, bro.
Let's spin the wheel.
I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm not gonna do it.
No, I'm gonna take away my rights. Omos. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You like G, bro.
Yo.
You like G, bro.
I was hoping we got that last question.
Damn. Okay.
Worst
Oh,
take
dude, I've heard some terrible ones.
Let me just go on Twitter.
Lewis Ultra.
Let me just go on Twitter.
Anything Ultra says.
No, I got one.
Let me just go on Twitter real quick.
Our boy Kim on Rated M podcast really tried to sit up here and say, in wrestling history, Will Ospreay ranks above Bret Hart, which I don't understand what's going on.
Whoa!
That was one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life. I don't ever want to hear. And I'm a Bret Hart hater. Fuck Bret, but that I couldn't let that slide, bro. That was one of the worst.
So what is he saying?
He said wrestling history. If we
in ring, he said in ring. He said in ring.
Not just in ring. He said in general, Ospreay's over Bret, and I said no, gang. Stop that shit. Cut the shit.
You will never let this go. It's been like 3 weeks.
He basically said if we do a talent pool, majority of the people are taking Ospreay over Bret, and I'm like,
nobody's taking.
We're not doing this. We're not.
Fuck.
Wait. You said a talent.
Ospreay.
Talent pool. Like, what do you mean? Like,
If I'm just putting all the wrestlers in a pool, and who are you taking between Ospreay or Bret? Like,
is it just in ring or is it like
no? The whole package. The whole package.
Okay.
No, G, stop.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say a word.
Chat. I already apologized for the AJ take. Let it go.
I know what he's thinking.
I didn't say a word. I did not say a word. I just said.
Who else want to share?
Let's play devil's advocate with this because
I've heard some terrible ones.
I hate this take.
I love when we play devil's advocate.
I hate devil's advocate.
If
G's ruined devil's advocate.
If we're saying this, what is Bret Hart's Mona Lisa for me? So like, what is the match that was like? See, that's why Bret Hart is fucking awesome. Because
Bret Austin 13.
I hate Bret. So.
That's one.
Bret's Bulldog SummerSlam 2.
I would do that one.
Bret Perfect SummerSlam 91.
I would do that one.
As much as I feel like the match itself is overrated, his Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels.
I don't like that match.
But see, this is the thing. When you see how fast we did that. Let's go down with Ospreay now.
Kenny Omega.
They all suck.
Whoa.
I'm trolling.
Relax.
I'm trolling.
I think when you look at it though, this is how I look at it. I think Will Ospreay is better at doing moves that Bret can't do, but Bret by far is a better storyteller.
Can I cook on Ospreay real quick? Is this my time to shine, bro?
Please go for it.
My main thing about Will Ospreay is his in-ring psychology. To me, an in-ring performer is not about your ability in the ring, but it's all about executing your moveset to its highest abilities when and where. Will Ospreay is amongst one of the greatest, has some of the greatest ability we've ever seen in the ring. But the way he does his moves, it's just he's throwing it out there. While a guy like Bret Hart, he knows when to properly do a fucking sharpshooter. He knows how to properly execute his moveset and get the biggest reaction possible because he knows how to build up to the climax without unleashing his bag. While Will Ospreay, in order for Will Ospreay to get to the climax, he has to unleash his full bag. And most of his moves that he has to unleash, they don't get the biggest reaction possible for the storytelling of the match because he unleashes it so early. Bret Hart doesn't have to do that. That's always been my issue with Ospreay.
I think like AJ Styles is always a great example for someone,
especially like older AJ Styles.
Yeah.
2016,
right.
Yeah.
He gets it. Like he understands. Like if I'm getting my butt kicked, I have to look like I get my butt kicked.
Sell it.
But like New Japan Will Ospreay, where he was like losing the match for the first 15. and all of a sudden be flying high and like he's not even out of breath or tired. Like there's nuances to it that Will Ospreay just doesn't have. That like someone like Bret, AJ,
Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
they just have, and
Just have it.
they just have like offensively Will Ospreay.
And this is why, for years, even though he hasn't been doing anything like of importance anyway, this is why for years I've still adamantly said I think Bryan Danielson is still the best wrestler on the planet.
I can see.
Like I still feel that way, even though he hasn't done that. I don't think like even though like you can argue like when he's not doing anything like Gunther, right?
Gunther's alive.
Like Gunther, right? Like Gunther, right? Obviously, he's coming off one of the best title runs, period, in a long time.
He's the best wrestler on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? But
our king,
like,
our glorious king.
You could say that, but like I still will take like if you ask me who I think the best is, I'm still gonna say Bryan Danielson.
That's not a crazy take, but that to me, I feel like when people talk about in ring, they only look at the ability and not the psychology behind it. Like Will Ospreay, no selling Buseico knees, no selling power bombs, no selling fucking clotheslines. That to me is bullshit. Because if a guy like Gunther has no problem fucking selling chaos theories, selling bro kicks and claymores to guys that are bigger, then why is Will Ospreay no selling power bombs from fucking Shane Taylor? If any one of us take a power bomb from Shane Taylor, we're gonna get the wind knocked out of us.
That wasn't a no sell.
No, it wasn't. It was. You know how it was a no sell? Because after he got power bombed and Shane Taylor rolled him up to get him on his feet to clothesline him, Will Ospreay ducked under the clothesline. That's a no sell.
Yeah, that's instinct. That's
not
a no sell.
I don't.
That's not a no sell, bro. A no sell would have been if a no sell would have been if he got power bombed and then he got up and he was like, that's a no sell. But he literally,
like for example,
hijack
on Keith.
Yeah.
But
that's a no sell.
But that's a no sell to me. That is meticulous and like
when you tell the story, it's
like literally part of the story.
Yeah.
So like that's another reason why. Because like if Bryan Danielson does a no sell, it'll be meticulous. It'll be for a reason. It'll be to further a storyline that they're
like
telling.
When Kenny kicked out of the Golden Trigger.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's a perfect example.
That's like, okay, you pissed me off. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like
who kicked out at one?
Or Kenny kicking out of the one-winged angel at one. I'm like, bro.
Who the fuck kicked out at one? Somebody kicked out at one on a pay-per-view.
Wait.
Cody.
Burning Hammer.
Yeah, the burning hammer. That was egregious. That's what I'm talking
about.
That was egregious. That was
especially with a protected move like
understand.
burning hammer.
I understand that one a little bit more now. I know at the time I didn't think it was that bad. I understand it more now. But like
Super Cody, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Cena fucking knows.
I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, like Cody Rhodes is what, like?
Hey, so did Dustin Rhodes.
Yep.
All right, bro. All right.
But I don't watch that bullshit.
Nate, I promise you.
He did, bro. That was so.
I will never get over the fact that Dustin Rhodes in 2023 got curb stomped on concrete and had a 15-minute competitive match with your current AEW World Champion. That will always aggravate my soul.
I mean, are we gonna talk about Luchasaurus kicking out of finishers?
That was egregious. He did not need that, bro.
He's a goat though.
He did not need that, bro. He did not need that, bro.
Oh no, I got a take real quick. I got one of the worst takes I've ever heard. It's from this bitch nigga Ultra in the chat. He's always saying stupid shit. Damn. First of all, he said Eddie Guerrero's mid. He said fucking Mania 17 was mid. He said the pipe bomb was mid.
Take away his rights. Put the sign.
Yeah, bring back stoning, bullying, all of it.
Actually, since we're talking about Eddie Guerrero,
the fuck?
I wanna bring up a take that was said in the Discord that I will never be able to fathom. An individual said that Tribal Chief Roman Reigns' character is not better than Eddie Guerrero character.
What?
All right, let's relax. All right, bro.
All right, hey, calm down.
or bare minimum, it's on the same tier.
No. We're not doing this. I just got here.
That's so
got here. We are not going through the layers. We're not going through the layers of how. Okay, no. Do you realize Eddie
Bring
Guerrero?
back stoning.
Eddie
Guerrero. Wait, I got one. So go ahead.
You got one. Hold on. We got another one. We got one more.
I'm gonna just go on this real quick, bro. I got on Twitter, bro. Someone called Kelly a legend. That's it.
Bro, you can't take Twitter.
Don't
serious,
disrespect
bro.
Kelly twice. Don't disrespect Kelly twice.
Kelly.
I just had to get that out the way.
Bro, she couldn't do her one move. What are we
But that theme song though.
Theme song
was fire. The theme song was fire.
You bugging.
Come on.
Theme song was fire.
Theme song wasn't fire. Theme song wasn't fire. Theme song was
That song
fire.
was fire, bro. Come on, bro. You wasn't feeling
Mo, do you like AJ Lee's theme song?
Huh?
Go it.
Do you like AJ Lee's theme
Oh
song?
my god.
Much more.
No, go.
What the fuck? What the fuck was Kelly Kelly's theme song saying? What was Kelly Kelly's theme song saying?
I don't know, but I was vibing out,
I don't know
bro.
what you
Holla, bro.
It's so hard though.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on.
but ain't none of them better than "Here She Comes Again," like good medicine.
Okay, there we go.
No, that's fire.
That's a
That's
banger.
fire. That's fire. That's a
banger.
banger, bro. That's a
That's a
legitimate
real
banger.
banger.
That's a real banger.
For days. Yes, sir.
I get it to you. I get it to you.
There go Ultra yapping again.
Yes.
Bigger NXT fumble.
Bigger NXT
Shayna-
fumble, Shayna Baszler or Shinsuke
That's the
Nakamura?
question. God damn it. Fuck.
Damn. Oh, you thought it was.
Lewis couldn't wait for this one.
I thought it was just in general, not this fucking shit.
Well, you can say in general too. You can say in general.
I'll actually answer that.
both.
I'll actually answer that first, and let y'all have it.
We'll go first
Even
between
though I-
bigger fumble on the main roster between Shinsuke and Shayna. And then
Yeah,
what you can say.
and even though I am a big Shayna Baszler fan, the reason why to me Shinsuke is the bigger fumble because Shayna did not have the New Japan lore that Shinsuke did. Shinsuke coming from New Japan, Malika said it multiple times. I had to go back and watch it because I wasn't watching it live. But the amount of aura and like, oh my gosh, Shinsuke's in NXT. That was like a big, huge. That's like if MJF came to AEW came to WWE in a sense of how much of a big deal that was for Shinsuke to be there. And Lewis has kind of touched on how they ended his NXT run. But even when he got to the main roster, it was like, hey, here's a star on your hand. Gave him the Rumble win during Super Roman. During Super Roman, they gave him
Roman
the
out
Rumble
himself.
win. You know what I mean? And so, and then to get to you turn him heel for no reason after a
was
match
bad.
that didn't deliver. And then all he did was lose. And then he fought Jinder. And all he did was lose to him. And it was like, and now
You know what though?
and now Shinsuke is in the Dolph Ziggler role, where all he does is fight the new guys that are coming up.
You know what though? I'm gonna go the opposite route though. I'm gonna go Shayna Baszler because even though she didn't have the New Japan lore like you said, Shinsuke didn't have the dominant presence that Shayna Baszler had. She was literally the most dominant superstar in WWE, the whole at one point, up there with like all the other people you could think of. She was on a killer streak when she came up to the main roster, had that dominant performance in the Rumble. She's the only superstar still to this day to eliminate every single person in an Elimination Chamber match and win. All they had to do was have her go to WrestleMania. The same with Shinsuke, just beat the right person. And ever since Shayna Baszler lost that way, for like 2 years in a row, she had the most losses in WWE at everybody. When she went from literally being the most dominant superstar in the company, she went to losing the most matches in WWE for like 2, maybe 3 straight years, thrown into tag teams. Her aura has still never been the same. And Shinsuke is up there with that as the same. But when Shinsuke came up, he kind of had, to kind of, I guess you could say, get to the main event scene a little bit because they threw him in there with Jinder and stuff, but then he ended up winning the Rumble afterwards, so he was still in a good position. Shayna Baszler was dominant through her entire run in NXT. Then comes up to the main roster, and for 2 months, she had that presence where she was still dominant. Again, like I said, she cleared every single person in the Elimination Chamber one by one in dominant, convincing fashion. And after you saw that, you were like, yeah, I can believe that. That's believable. All she had to do was go to WrestleMania and beat who was the top women's superstar in the company at the time, Becky Lynch. That's all they literally had to do with her, and her career would have been self-made. And you can say the same with Shinsuke too, with AJ and everything. I mean, the same argument with him. But the way I separate it is Shinsuke had more popularity, but Shayna Baszler had that dominant presence, and she could have been one of the next stars in that women's division to help elevate up to where they needed to go to. Like, this was 4 years ago we're talking about. If she beats Becky Lynch 4 years ago at WrestleMania, we could literally sit here and be talking about Shayna Baszler being still maybe one of the top 5 in the division at the time frame. But then when she's fighting people like when she fought Liv at Clash of the Castle. You didn't even believe she could beat Liv Morgan at that time. And that was sad to say. Because if this was 4 years ago, it wouldn't even have been in comparison. She would have killed Liv Morgan at Clash of the Castle. So that's the difference I feel like for me. Like she went from killing people in the ring to literally losing to people who were literally below her.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you, especially because because even though I said Shinsuke, trust me, Shayna was a bad fumble too, because the reason she lost at Mania. Do y'all remember the reason she lost at Mania to Becky?
Yeah.
Because it
was COVID.
Because
it was COVID and they wanted the fans to be happy about something during COVID.
Which is wild considering
As
what
if
they did
Vince
what they did like a month later, which is wild. They released like 20 superstars.
You know what's even bad too?
Becky got pregnant after that.
But
she was apparently she was pregnant during that as well.
She was pregnant during.
Yeah,
she didn't know.
But even what's worse though, you know, it's bad too when Becky Lynch come on the record and said that she wanted to put Shayna Baszler over. Like if it was up to her, she would have lost because she knew it was the right thing.
But I thought Becky Lynch was Becky Hogan.
Exactly.
I say that too.
Let's ignore those imbeciles. They don't know anything.
This is my whole thing about this whole thing. Shayna Baszler is a good storyline, a couple good matches away from being back to being Shayna Baszler because of the roster she's on. Mm-hmm. There is no recovery for Shinsuke.
There really is not. There's
There's
not. They tried.
The thing is with Shinsuke, they fumbled him multiple times. They fumbled Shinsuke
it's not just
multiple times.
Mo's right. It's not just the one fumble. Like it's like this whole new narrative of it is like, yeah, that's cool. You know, it's like it's awesome to see an anime like Shinsuke. That's cool. That's dope. But you've destroyed him. Like they put him in a group with Cesaro and Sami Zayn.
That could have been something special.
That could have been dope.
Should have been that should have been.
That should have been fire.
Yeah.
But when that group first formed, how did we feel about it when we were like,
oh, ass?
No, yeah,
it looked random.
Because Vince had already Vince knew that when he got Shinsuke Nakamura, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy this. I'm gonna ruin it." He knew it because he needed somebody to be a heel with the AJ Shinsuke match. When you really if you just had a good ass match. That's a memorable thing.
Remember,
I feel like
how to tell stories without heels.
I feel like though would also to add on to why I separated though is like Shinsuke was popular, but if we're being honest though, like they still had a lot of other talent in that division they could still build off of. Like they needed somebody like Shayna Baszler in that women's division because all they had was still the 4 horsewomen at that time. They were still building around. Rhea Ripley wasn't up there on that level yet. She lost to Charlotte at that WrestleMania, and Bianca still wasn't even on the main roster yet. So they hadn't come to fruition. Like they needed because at that time it was really the 4 horsewomen, mainly Charlotte, who was like at the top of that.
It was Charlotte and Becky because Bayley barely started getting treated good, and Sasha Banks, they've never treated her correctly.
Yeah.
So
and
it was really just Sasha and Becky. Becky and Charlotte.
Yeah.
They
needed somebody because Asuka had already been ruined too. So she was out of the question. I think she was.
I'm not gonna lie, you should have put Asuka on here. That fumble was correct. All happened at the same Mania too, which is so crazy.
Oh my God.
In the membrane.
Good God.
Anyway,
Lewis, who did you want to say that? You said you wanted
well, I wrote down 7 names. So I'm not gonna go in depth, but so when I mean fumbled, I mean they didn't reach their potential. Like they had success, but they didn't reach what we know they could have reached. Number 1, Pete Dunne, the fact that he was an NXT champion, criminal.
Yes, bro.
I don't know how he was never NXT champion. Number 2, LA Knight, not under Black and Gold, but when they switched to 2.0, he was by far and away the most over guy. And the fact that he never won a championship during 2.0, criminal.
How long was he there for?
You don't
he was there for about a year and a half.
You don't count the $1 million championship?
He was there for a little
bit.
bit.
$1 million title.
He was there for
at the time, the $1 million championship was actually treated like it meant something, and then it just didn't.
That was their Black and Gold.
Ted DiBiase was there, so
they attempted it.
Number 3, and this sucked because he was affected by the 2.0 era, but I firmly believe he was going to be NXT champion if the 2.0 didn't happen. That's Kyle O'Reilly. He was robbed of his singles push. 4, this is for G, Velveteen Dream. The potential was crazy. Number 5, Nate's gonna hate this, but Dijak, the fact that he
never won a title, which is wild. He's a bitch, but it's why he never won a title.
Number 6, this is for Nate again because he's a big fan of this guy, and I'm a big fan of this guy, and I thought he should have at least beaten Neville one time, and that's Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze, he should have held the NXT championship. And number 7, Malik. This is for you and I because we've talked about this is a tag team, by the way. This is for Malik and I. We've talked about them a lot.
Team 6-1.
Team 6-1.
They were so good, bro.
I didn't watch them live, but I was never really a fan.
Bro,
I
was never really a fan.
They never moved me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They never moved me.
They were so good, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, even the
problem
Forgotten,
was turning them heel. That was
they didn't move nobody. Forgotten Sons moved nobody.
They didn't. They were
Jackson Ryker was
over
there
as
for 4 people to beat him in that ladder match. To get rid of him, I was like, "Hey,
bro."
Riker.
The problem was they turned them heel. They never needed to turn heel. They were fine as baby faces.
Bro, they were the blueprint. Like, people forget, like, TM61 was the blueprint of how to wrestle against AOP. Like, that was the blueprint that all the smaller tag teams got. They started copying the same kind of style and narrative of what they was. When they wrestled them for, like, the Dusty Rhodes Classic, people were like, oh, okay, well, kind of do it that way. We'll just do our own little thing and mix it up. Like, TM61 was nice.
In the Dusty Cup final, they showed you who the top 2 tag teams were. It was AOP and it was TM61. And during that match, they told the story like, all right, AOP, they barely got by, but TM61, they going to get their shine. And they never got their shine because, 1, DIY got really hot, and 2, they turned them heel for no reason because after DIY broke up, that would have been the perfect time to throw in TM61 as tag team champions. But they fumbled them by turning them heel and turning them into the Mighty, and then they got jobbed out.
I'm not gonna lie. There's another name that you could say what you want about.
You gotta put Apollo Crews in there too.
They fumbled.
He got caught up too early.
Yeah,
twice
too
early.
Bro, and then he got called up. I'm glad they're doing something with him now. Yeah. But he got called up again from NXT way too soon. But that's not the name I was gonna say. Karrion Kross?
No.
In NXT?
And I know.
No, they
I know exactly
like,
who
main roster.
We know exactly who G's about to bring
up as NXT champion.
Go ahead.
And lost to Jeff Hardy
in like 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, bro.
That was bad.
Like 2 minutes.
Bro,
wait, we're talking about main roster fumble. My bad. I thought. I read the.
No, I hear. No. Those were still fumbles though. Like they're still fumbles.
Oh no, I'm talking. I was talking about under like the NXT brand. Triple H failed to.
No, I feel you. I feel
okay.
you.
Another one too. They caught up too early.
Keanu Reeves.
EC3 was.
Shout out Keanu Reeves.
He was crazy.
Fuck him.
Hey, is Cassius a fumble?
No.
Do you know who was a fumble? Hey, during the early stages of NXT, do you know who was a fumble? And that Richie Steamboat. Richie Steamboat was a major fumble.
He got hurt though, didn't he?
Didn't he get hurt? Yeah,
he got hurt, but that's amazing.
They weren't patient with his injury though, bro. Like they tried to force him back, and he wasn't even ready to do it. Like he had mic work, he had in-ring work. They like potentially.
Him and Castisono started the first real rivalry in NXT. Like that was the first real rivalry. Also, I also feel like Grayson Waller for how hated he was to not give him the North American title.
Yeah.
You want to know why I don't think they gave him the North American title? Because it was around the same time Melo was the heel. I mean, Melo was the heel, and that's I was like, and remember, they were trying to establish 2.0 under Bron Breakker and Carmelo Hayes. So like, realistically, they weren't.
But I think if you look at their heel work, though, you could say maybe Grayson Waller was the better heel.
Bro,
I
think
Carmelo Hayes was the better
talent. Through that
though.
table, bro, he was the most hated man in NXT.
I don't know.
I'll give it
to you because he took out. No, I'll give it to you because he took out Johnny Gargano, and obviously Gargano's beloved. So, like, I understand it. I don't know. Like I said, and I've said this multiple times. I feel like Grayson Waller, there was always just something missing. The only time I felt something was missing with Carmelo is when they turned a babyface. That's the only time I felt like something was missing with Melo.
You hate his babyface run. You said
what? What did you say?
I don't like it. I think they fumbled it. I think they fumbled his babyface run. I did not like it. Carmelo Hayes, I think they fumbled it. His babyface run, I did not like it.
Some people just ain't meant to be babyfaces, though. You know, some people just.
Hey,
and I think Carmelo's definitely one of them. It did give us Ilya, but it did nothing for Melo. Melo didn't start feeling interesting again until after he went back to.
Well, to be fair, he was at the end of his NXT run.
Biggest disappointment in the Triple H era.
Ooh, easy. I'm gonna start, bro.
Where's Omar, bro?
Austin Theory, bro. Like, how you beat John Cena and do nothing with that? And how do you let this man get cooked by John Cena like that, bro? And you do nothing afterwards, and he just holds the title, bro. Like, how do you? And then it's taking you forever to turn this man.
But I'll
so can I ask a question?
Hold on. I'll push back and make the argument a little bit though. Do we, looking back now, because this is still under the Vince era, do we still think he should have even won Money in the Bank? Because that really put him in a bad spot.
No. But the fact I just forgot about that. The fact that he cashed in on Seth Rollins and lost, and then won the title anyway. What was
that? Was a Triple H decision because Vince wasn't there yet. The Austin Theory and Mania against Cena, I'm gonna give that a little bit more towards Vince because I don't care what anybody says. Vince was running that second night.
He was.
Vince had his hand and everything.
But Cena, that was night one. That was night one.
That open night one.
That was night one.
Ooh, that was night one. Ooh,
yeah,
that was night one.
That's Triple H, bro.
I'll give you. Okay, that's fine.
I feel like though it kind of. I feel like it really all starts with the Money in the Bank though, because at the time he won it. It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was a bad choice, but Roman was still champ, and nobody thought he was cashing on to be Roman. So it was like, okay, where do we go from here? He had to cash on the mid-card title and lost. But to be granted, though, when he won the U.S. title, leading up to Mania, he did feel important as champion. It wasn't until after he lost it kind of got forgotten about. So he definitely now he's stuck in this tag team with Grayson Waller, which I don't like that tag team at all.
Turn him heel, turn him face, bro. Turn him face, Triple H.
I have
should have done that a long time ago.
I got a great name.
It should have been done.
For me, the biggest disappointment, and it's a shame because when he came in, they tried their hardest to present him as a big deal, and it's Karrion Kross. When Karrion Kross came in, he put Roman on notice, put Drew on notice.
Drew McIntyre, yeah.
And they put him right in the main event scene like, yo, we're really going to build around you. And then they had him beat Drew McIntyre. And I truly feel like the downfall of Karrion Kross was Drew McIntyre beating him in the steel cage. But it wasn't the loss that affected him because Karrion didn't get pinned. What affected him was the fact that they just disbanded the feud, didn't end the feud, and they let Karrion Kross rot while they just moved on with Drew McIntyre.
You know who faced afterwards? He faced Madcap Moss of all people. Like, how do you go from Drew McIntyre to Madcap Moss?
A lot of people forget too.
And then he feuded with a Shinsuke that nobody cared about.
A lot of people forget too, though.
He was losing to everybody after that.
I think a lot of people forget too. Karrion Kross was in that front row during that Clash of the Castle match too. Against
he was
sitting right there.
He was the one we thought was gonna cost Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
And granted, someone was a great swerve, but
somebody in the comments actually said that. I'm gonna say Damage Control, bro, because I was there during the debut when they all came out.
I was too. I was there too, bro. I went crazy for EO, bro.
When I was in the crowd, bro, with Minnie and Nate, when they first came out, all three of them, they got in the ring. All of us were like, "This is gonna be great.
This is great." Yes, Triple H is finally cooking.
And they started off good. Clash at the Castle got that big win. That was great. Their biggest downfall, though, is they had the leader of the group looking like a chump, who was Bayley. Mm-hmm. She was the only one in the group who wasn't able to excel and win titles, wasn't able to excel and win feuds. Why EO and Dakota were winning tag titles. They were still doing stuff in the other scene, but Bayley is supposed to be the leader of this group, but she didn't feel like the leader. Like, how is she the leader? How are we supposed to believe and follow somebody like this who doesn't win anything, and she's putting the group in bad situations to make them lose too and make them look worse? So that honestly looked bad for everybody all around. I don't understand the booking of the group. I honestly thought 2 years ago when they came out, they were going to be something special, and I really don't understand the booking behind them. And they defended Malta Bianca too, which didn't make them look good either.
For years. For years.
Well, for me, y'all said Damage Control. I was just gonna say the women's division as a whole because y'all know when the tag titles came back, it was Raquel and Aaliyah who won. Stupid. Alexa Bliss and Asuka were tag team champions. Stupid. Rhea Ripley. I know we love her now. That first half of her title run was dog.
First half, bro. Like all the way to the end, bro. Till she started feuding with Nia. Like that shit, it was buns.
Well, Nia came like around Survivor Series, right?
She came around like October, but they didn't even really start feuding till October. But they didn't really start the main feud till like February.
I feel that Fatal 5-Way is when I think Rhea's reign started to actually feel like it mattered.
It was, but she had a nothing match with Zoe Stark at Survivor Series.
I think it was more so.
I don't think it was.
Even though she had the title, she wasn't doing much with the championship, but she was still able to get over because of Judgment Day.
The thing was
that's why I said the women's division because they did
no,
nothing.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, because she was great in her role in Judgment Day. Is just all her feuds, the big ones, with males. Which like you're the women's champion feuding with freaking Cody Rhodes. Go feud, but granted, I can't. You can't really blame them because I mean she was on like her competition was Ivy Naya and Maxine. No offense to them, but it's like they're not exactly world title.
Natalia was a main event. Natalia. And then, but it's not even. Hey, but even if we set Rhea aside, I don't care. I know the steel cage match was nice. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. My God, we did not need that. That was a horrible feud. Honestly,
the cage match was great though.
The cage match was great. And Zoe Stark, I think at the time we thought it was supposed to help her, but Zoe Stark just went right back to a tag team.
And not to mention Shayna and Ronda.
Shayna versus Ronda, pointless. That was the match that was supposed to put Shayna back in the main event.
Hey, I got a feud worse than
that was the only good thing about
Io Sky was boring as hell until the Queen of the Ring tournament.
No, I got a feud that clears both those. Bobby and Brock.
Oh my God!
How do you ruin that?
They had it all right there for him, and they dropped it.
We have waited years for this, bro.
Let Jose go.
I'll add an exponent to that. Put Bobby and Brock in the mix. How do you ruin the Pride? And that's a terrible name, by the way. How do you ruin Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits and just ruin it?
I know how you ruin it.
Eviscerate it in a matter of a week.
I know how you ruin it by one, having them be baby faces when the whole point that they were telling was to be heels. Bobby Lashley was trying to get the Street Profits to be heels, but then you presented them as baby faces. And two, they lost to Carlito.
I was there for that too. That's great.
Their first feud, and they lost to Carlito.
Man.
Carlito. Somebody in the chat is a good one too. Unifying the tag titles, and then Isla Dawn and Apple Fire they disappeared too for forever.
Yeah, bro, that was a fumble, bro.
That was to bring them back too, like
one of your actual tag teams. And you just
they're gone.
whatever.
They're gone.
For the sake of Rhea, for the sake of Shayna and Ronda, to break them up a couple months later,
which was so fucking.
Hey, I don't know if we can count this, but Triple H, the way how he calls up NXT talent, it's slow, it's stupid, and he needs to do it more often because when we go through droughts like we had the last 2 years with the women's tag division in the women's division, and you had all that talent in NXT, and you did not call up not one of them until this fucking draft, it is ridiculous. You shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to rely on 3 women every show to carry. There's a reason why NXT exists.
And the thing is, how many of those stars has he actually used that got drafted?
0 to none.
Lyra.
Literally,
I mean,
just Lyra.
Well, okay. So here's. I'm not caping for Triple H in the women's division. I'm not, but I am going to give him some grace with these recent call-ups because I think he's making a more concerted effort to build that women's division. So I think his approach right now is kind of like. Triple H loves his storylines and his long, slow builds. So, that's why Kiana James.
His storylines are like how he wrestles, slow as fuck.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Which is good. It's good. But sometimes it's like,
but I'm also gonna give him some time with the Kiana James and stuff because the main roster they might have recognized the Lyra, and I think Tiffany Stratton when she first came up, it was a little slow, but we get here now. I think I'm gonna give him a little bit more grace. Because I think now, Nia Jax, there's more, other than Becky, obviously, there's more people at play that he can rely on to kind of carry some feuds, especially now that he has 2 of his top stars holding them tag titles. He's kind of forcing himself to give other people some shine. It's just going to take a minute. This is the women's division I thought we were going to get. When Damage Control debuted at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's taking way too long. It's taking way too long.
I hear you, but...
Which is good, But again, NXT exists for a reason because when you go through roster droughts like this and you realize I need depth everywhere and you're not using what NXT is supposed to be, which is to make talent, make stars for you to eventually use as depth and turn them into stars, and you're not using them and you're not calling them up because we clearly see that you need them. Like even though Roxanne's NXT Women's Champion right now, she's fucking main roster ready. She shouldn't be down to this.
I can play devil's advocate for that.
Like, no, right. So Roxanne was probably a bad example, but Triple H, he just relies on too much of the same people to do the same shit every week. I'm holding him to his word that he said out of his mouth, we're not gonna have that many rematches. Yet you're using the same 4 fucking people every other fucking week to have a goddamn rematch. The whole point of NXT is to give you that depth so you don't have all these fucking rematches and you have fresh stories and you're not using it. That is my issue.
I feel like that could be also just more for the males, because I feel like the women's roster in NXT is a lot of new faces. And I feel like if you take too many of the actual experienced people, you're not going to have that many experienced people down in NXT. But I do agree Triple H takes his sweet ass time with all that stuff.
Well,
and it's good, but it's also like, all right.
Yeah, I feel you, Nate. And what he's doing now, if he would have done this after Damage Control debuted at SummerSlam, wouldn't have said a word. You got to take time to rebuild. So I feel you on that. My only other devil's advocate to what Lewis just said. Yes, you have all those women down in NXT that you could bring up to fill out the depth. However, even though we're entering the Paul Levesque era, and I think there are more smart fans coming to the casual crowds, it's still a casual crowd. Kiana James, if she just came out and started, no one would care. Lyra Valkyria, the reason why honestly people cared a little bit was because, one, they had a big video package showing that she beat Becky Lynch. And then 2, she had great matches week after week after week and beat a former champion that everybody knows. Kiana James is not going to get that treatment. As much as we think they should, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn aren't going to get that treatment. So, yeah, you can call up all these NXT people all you want. You can call up all these NXT women all you want. You also have to have a quality of depth as well, which is why my big thing, why I say it all the time, why the main roster doesn't need a mid-card title, is because you need to fix the depth you have first before you introduce it. The reason why I was cool with NXT getting a mid-card title is because they've shown me at one point NXT had 6 different women feuds at the same time. Unheard of for the main roster, and they have 2 world champions. So until you fix your depth on the main roster with what you have currently, it's almost like when you're a kid and you want all these new toys and your mama tell you, oh, well, I'm not going to buy you new toys if you're not even playing with the ones you got. Same concept here. You have a roster, 2 deep rosters with potential all across the board. Use that, establish them, and then you can start plucking from NXT.
Nice.
All right.
Honorable mention, the tag team division. That, like, too many singles guys thrown together to hold the tag titles. Fuck that. Enough. Take that shit serious. Awesome Truth. We don't need that no more, bro.
Yeah, I've been off Awesome Truth.
We can into that Clash of the Cash.
It's unfortunate. NXT's going through that same issue too. They got Axiom and Nathan Frazier holding fucking tag titles.
Carrying.
Just put it on the OC, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Oh man.
Funnier superstar R-Truth to Santino.
R-Truth. Come on.
What?
Truth.
Santino, bro.
What?
Santino.
Y'all saying it like it's easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy, bro.
Not easy, but I have
It's
R-Truth.
easy. It's easy. Truth.
It's Santino, bro.
Santino's never made me laugh.
What?
Thank you, Loft.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Never made me laugh.
That's how I feel about Truth, though. Like,
Love is racist.
his stuff is cool, but it's like Santino. Santino used to have me in tears, bro. Like Santino.
John Cena. Rapper Acorn.
Oh,
Hey,
you were
bro. The way he
excluded
used to
from
mispronounce the
activities
names
as a
used to
kid
get
because
me
you're a
crazy,
ginger.
bro.
That
He used to
feud
mispronounce those names.
had
When he used to
me
mispronounce
crying.
those names, bro. No, that used to be
Santino
crazy.
should have won the
When he
elimination
called Goldust Golden
No.
Dust, bro. That
Golden
was
Dust, Rodney the
Yes,
Piper.
Mo, Santino should have been world heavyweight champion for a day.
He was
should've
trying
been.
too hard. Santino
Why?
was trying too hard, though.
Santino
Trying too
Why?
hard. He was doing his job.
The
Santino
His job.
Santino should have beaten
effortless.
Daniel Bryan in that final two. I'll stand
You're
by
right.
that.
You're right
Truth
about
is-
that.
no,
Our
You're right
truth's
about
funny.
that.
Y'all do know
I'll give
Santino
you
has
that.
like one of the most protected finishers like in WWE.
That doesn't have nothing to do
Yes.
with being funny.
Unfortunately,
That's-
yes.
we-
I
we're
know,
talking about
but
funny.
like
We're talking about
no,
funny.
but the fact that it's a Cobra strike, like the fact
Ali
that
Tango.
He got that over. He got that over. JTG
Ali
said.
Bro, he got Santino over, bro. Come on, man. He played a
You got that from you guys.
That walk, bro.
That
You
shit was
crazy?
trash, bro. Nah.
Hey, but
He got
hold
that
on,
shit
bro.
over,
Bro, hey,
The shit
shit is not
Truth
funny.
does at
Truth is funny, though.
at the most random times, like bringing in a ladder during a Royal Rumble
so
and then
funny.
climbing it, like, bro, what the fuck you doing,
I think-
bro?
I don't. It's not as close. It's not as like far. It's not. It ain't easy. Like I can say true, but we're not gonna disrespect Santino, bro.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
you
gonna disrespect
wildin', bro.
Flag.
Santino funny, bro.
Santino funny as hell. I think they both have great comedic timing. I think.
He had his moments.
His
He
moment.
had
Let
his
me.
moments.
I call myself a wrestling comedian. I think Truth has better comedic timing, and he does thrive better in comedic situations because he just naturally is a funny guy. We're not gonna sit here and disrespect Santino like he did not have great comedic timing. Come on, man, and great
Santino was
great delivery.
bro.
I mean, if
Come
you
on,
say
bro.
so,
Tea
but
Party
it's
was-
not.
If you
it's not
enjoy
that-
them,
Come on.
all power to you.
if that makes
Bro,
Hey,
you
thank
nobody
you.
y'all sat,
Hey,
nobody y'all
can't do
sat
it.
there and watched
Can't do
Santino
it.
segments and didn't get weak, bro. How's that
Come
possible?
on, bro.
Come
Like,
on.
Yeah,
and he gave us Ariana Grace. Like, come on.
The Acorn segment,
Fair
that
point.
one
Fair
had me
point.
laughing. But that,
Fair point.
Fact.
Bro, you mean to tell me you
Right.
didn't laugh during the Sheamus feud?
Stacks
You
is
mean to
Come
tell
on,
me
bro.
you didn't laugh?
boy.
no,
Come on.
The
no.
Tea
Stacks,
Party
protect your
segment,
what you
that
like,
didn't
buddy.
make you
Protect
laugh?
Bro, come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Hilarious.
Mo, do you like to
The
laugh?
fucking
Mo, do you
stupid
like
ass
to laugh?
trumpet moves.
Yes, bro. That was
Yes,
funny,
bro.
It was
bro.
fire, bro.
What are
Anyway,
you
to that-
talking about?
Bro, y'all not gonna say, okay,
No,
even though,
John
come on, bro.
Laurinaitis? Come
Hey,
on.
Malik, you remember when he had Kane doing it?
That's what I'm about to say, bro. He had Kane doing the trumpet, bro. Come on,
Look
bro.
at your face. Look at your
Kane, bro,
Look at your
doing the
face.
trumpet.
Mo, why do you hate good
Come on,
shit,
bro.
bro? Why do you hate good shit, bro? I wanna understand.
Come on.
Hey, I mean, he is a
Come on, you
Bret
know what,
fan.
bro? You know what?
Bret
You
don't
know what?
have
Yeah,
no
you know.
comedic timing.
Yeah,
You
you
Bret
know
don't
what?
have
I
no
got-
comedic timing.
I got
so
something for you,
clearly,
Mo.
that's where you get it from.
That might be it.
Why do y'all
You know
choose
what?
Brett when that nigga not even in my
Bro,
top 10? This is
Bro,
ridiculous.
you
He's
say you don't
11,
think
relax.
Santino's
Stop
funny?
acting like he's not right.
You said
I'm
Santino's
talking
not
about
funny,
top
bro?
10 favorites, Goofy.
You don't think Santino's funny, Mo?
I didn't say he's unfunny, but he's not the funniest motherfucker I've ever seen or something like that. Y'all niggas be putting him.
Nobody
in tiers
said
I
he
don't believe
was.
Cause
But
he
to
is,
act like
bro.
him and our truth aren't close.
You like Bret?
Facts, bro. What are we doing here, bro?
Come on, bro.
Hey, has Bret ever made you laugh?
it. No.
I'm not gonna say.
Well.
Bret made
I'm not
me
gonna say
laugh. He
I'm not
showed
gonna
Bret
say
showed me Bret showed me what not to do. That's what makes me laugh. Show me what not to do. That's what made me laugh. He showed me if somebody swings at me or tries to kick me. We
They're both
Brett make anyone laugh.
We're not
They're
gonna
both funny, but-
we're not gonna disrespect Santino like that, bro.
We're not gonna
He's not
disrespect Santino.
unfunny, but
he's
Lop
not
said he's
funny.
never laughed at Santino. That's
Yeah, that's wild, Love.
Yeah, the Acorn segment be
I
having
find that
me-
hard to
yeah.
believe. I ain't gonna hold you. I find that hard to
The
believe.
Acorn
Try
segment
not to
was
laugh
funny
for
as hell.
Santino moment.
Because
I'm not cracking his mouth
even
at
though R-Truth did make Brock Lesnar break in character, Santino made a lot of people break, bro. There's no way.
You made John Cena break.
John
bro.
Cena
And
a lot.
Beth.
There's literally a whole compilation of Santino making niggas break character, and it's like 10
Is there
minutes
not?
long.
There's one for R-Truth as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
but Mo, nobody here. Well, the people who actually know what we talk about right now don't think that R-Truth and Santino like there's a clear gap. Y'all making it seem like Santino ain't funny at all. That's how y'all are acting. Right
I
now.
just
That's
said
crazy.
he's not unfunny.
He is funny. He's a funny guy. I've never said that he. Well, all right.
What?
I think that he's funny in
You don't like when he
perspective.
squiggles his unibrow.
you know?
You don't like
It's
that.
it's funny. I see why people laugh. He just doesn't make me laugh. I see why everyone else laughs at him. He's not unfunny. I'm just not running over and start cracking up. And when you start
Hey,
doing it,
You don't
No,
like
when
when he
Truth shows
swiggles.
up,
You don't
I'm
like.
already
You don't like
chuckling.
how he swiggles his
Bro,
unibrow
he's
like
so-
this, bro. You don't like how he swiggles his
The
No.
mispronouncing of the
honestly-
names, bro. That's honestly that's what
Mispronouncing
gets
of
me,
names is
Bro,
fire.
to me,
I'll give
that
you that.
Sheamus,
Golden
bro, that
Dust is funny.
Sheamus Tea Party segment, bro, If y'all don't remember, please go watch that Sheamus.
No, I remember that was in London.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll go watch the Santino compilation just for y'all and see if I.
No, don't do that to
There you
yourself.
go.
Bro, the way he mispronounced names, bro.
The Golden Dust.
I could
Golden
never,
Dust.
I could never have a
That's
second
funny.
with him, bro, because
The Manimal.
The Manimal Baptista.
and with the accent makes it even funnier,
Wait,
bro.
that's a thing.
Yes. I'm a Baptista. I can shoot letters on my chest.
The fuck?
Bro, him and Beth
All right,
Phoenix
I'll
were
go watch
couple.
this.
That wasn't
Fuck it.
hilarious?
I got y'all, man.
That was
Him
hilarious.
and Beth
I'll give
Phoenix were
Santino another
couple.
When he did the splits, bro, when he tried to do the splits.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I will give Santino another chance. I got y'all.
Bro,
It's
it's the mispronouncing of names and it's the accent, bro. That's
No, bro.
The
That's
accent.
not it, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, but
Call Chris Jericho.
Sammy Uso made me laugh more. I'm
Call
not
Chris
gonna
Jericho KYJ, bro.
Sammy Uso's hilarious, bro.
KYJ.
KYJ.
Oh,
Because that's the bottom lines. It's the
he,
bottom
always
lines.
he did the most extra stuff, but he made it so funny, bro. Like,
lie. I never heard the Manimal one. That's funny.
bro,
That
the
is-
Manimal
bro.
Bautista, bro. Oh,
Baptiste Rey Mastrio.
Bro, what?
Ooh, man. Name a match that exceeded your expectations. Ooh, this is a
Easy.
good one.
Ooh.
Brock Roman WrestleMania 31.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That should have bombed. That whole
into
show
that
should have
match.
bombed. That's why, because it should have bombed, and it was one of the best main events in WrestleMania history.
It was a very good match, bro.
And they booked themselves into a corner and then booked their way out perfectly.
For me, I'm gonna say Roman Reigns and Logan Paul, bro. I didn't.
Ah, yeah.
I don't
I'll
understand the
give
fact
you
that
that.
match was really that good. The fact that match was really as good as it was.
That
It's like,
good.
Yeah.
even though Logan Paul had kind of shown, because I was there when he frog splash missed, so he kind of showed me a little something. But like his third match ever facing the face of the WWE, bro, I'm like, all right, bro,
Insane, bro.
what's happening here? Like, what are we doing here? And the fact that he was able to perform the way he did, honestly, it blew me away. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what reminds me of that too? Bad Bunny and Damien. I didn't know anything about. I didn't. I feel like I expected Logan to do more, just off of what we already know about Logan Paul. I did not expect Bad Bunny to do half the shit he did in that match, and
No,
I also put it more on Damien too, because I've never been the biggest Damien Priest fan. I'm not a big Damien Priest fan now, but I was very surprised by what he did to make Bad Bunny look as good as he did, and what Bad Bunny did to make himself look good. That match was great.
I'll say on the same pay-per-view that Bianca EO match was kind of like surprising at how good it really was. Like even watching it again, you like, damn, that shit was really, really good. So
Hey, you want to
Crowd helped a
why
lot.
you probably felt that? You want to know why you probably felt like that? Because they weren't booking EO correctly the entire time she was on the main roster.
and I hadn't forgotten who she was from NXT, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be a good match. But it was like it knocked out the park for me. Like Bianca was a little bit more impressive to me just because of the way that she was able to kind of switch the narrative, but you knew she wasn't.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
So
one.
her being able to kind of
Somebody said Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. I was there for that match too. That was pretty good. That was
I
pretty
still
good.
ain't been to a main.
That was really good, bro.
That was pretty good, man.
Lucky.
Being in the crowd too, it was lit, bro. The crowd was lit for that match.
What match can I say? I say I'll go a little bit different. I say Hart TNA Hard to Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill. I believe 2022 Josh Alexander versus Jonah, who's Bronson Reed right now. That match, that made me a believer of Jonah Bronson Reed. I ain't gonna lie. Like I didn't know he could really go like that. Like I saw him when he beat Okada, but when he stepped in there with Josh Alexander, I didn't think he had that dog in him like that. He showed me something that night.
To read some of the chats, chat said Roman Brock SummerSlam last man standing.
That cooked, bro.
That surprised me because
AJ
all their matches were better.
AJ versus Shane.
Just the
AJ
tractor.
versus Shane.
Tractor spread.
And we were
Yeah.
tired.
That's actually a great answer. That's actually a great answer.
AJ Shane.
versus-
Yeah.
That was
AJ
mine.
Shane, yeah.
That was mine. Yeah.
Lesnar Goldberg from the same show.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules.
I'm gonna give him Trish and Becky cage match. The cage match.
Yeah.
The steel cage match.
Because
That's
the matches before were
No, that cage match cooked. That cage
match was really good.
That was the best match on that card. From what
It really was. It was that and the tag. Like those were two.
But
Like,
main event, yeah.
Gender
Those
AJ
were
on
good ones
SmackDown.
right there. I did like that one.
Relax.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
decent
another
match.
one. Another one I'll say. because of the week it happened and the memes, it was funny. But the match itself exceeded my expectations. Seth versus Jinder.
Yep.
That
was actually good. That match was actually really good. Yeah,
I was like, hey, bro, I don't know what I was expecting, but I out of that match, after watching, I was like, Jinder showed a little something. He alright. He cool. Showed a little
cool.
something.
Not
Not
WWE
too bad.
champion. Cool.
I was like, Jinder, you don't. I said, Jinder, you don't.
And then he got released.
Bro, that was the hottest he's ever been in your
He quit,
release,
bro.
man.
He quit, bro.
Damn.
He walked out, bro. He walked out.
AJ and Jinder.
Oh, y'all gonna love this one.
What's this one? Bigger match, Rock versus Hogan or Rock versus Cena?
Okay, guys.
I might have to use numbers on this one.
They're both bottom tiers. So I mean,
let G go first. Let G go first. That's his father. Let G talk about his father first.
I mean, they're both bottom tiers.
Which one's his father?
That's crazy.
You know who.
That's crazy.
You know who.
That's crazy.
You know who.
No.
He is a real.
All right, so when we're talking, I guess when we're talking bigger match, we got to think about impact.
Hey,
we got to think about obviously what the better match was too between the two because they're both pretty big matches itself. So
I'm going Rock Cena personally because for me, Rock Cena, even though it should have been once in a lifetime,
both had the wrong
stayed that way.
Yep.
It should have stayed that way. Like the whole build for it, like to me, that was a great build from literally when The Rock announced himself as the host, when he came back on that Raw, and all the way till that the last segment or whatever, what's it called? Like the moments that came from the build, just like I don't need my notes from my promo on my wrist, and it was like the realism behind it. It actually felt like these two hated each other.
they did.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it the degree of difficulty argument because they was doing this in a time where WWE was not that great. Like, and so for me,
I think the build is what moves.
Not to mention too to add more.
the matches. I think the match is better.
People,
too. I mean, yeah, you had Hulk Hogan hulking up, but
back. This is back when they still were doing pay-per-view buys at the time. WrestleMania 28 is the highest bought pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There's the answer.
History.
There it go.
And it's off the back of them. And it's off the back of them.
That broke records for WWE.
I'll say match for match though. I'll go Rock Hogan. You're never gonna recreate that kind of energy ever.
Rock Hogan definitely, I think, is the better match. Better crowd.
They had to flip the heel face dynamic to make that match work. That's how much they loved Hulk Hogan in that building.
I would say though the bigger match though. I mean, from numbers though, it'd have to be Rock and Cena because
It's Rock Cena.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
Rock was the biggest star when he came back. Cena was the star of the company. They broke WWE pay-per-view records, the highest bought WrestleMania pay-per-view in history. So that alone, I think.
The only reason I watched that pay-per-view is because my mom had a friend who loved The Rock and only bought that pay-per-view because she knew The Rock was going to be on it.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's most of us, bro. That match was announced a year ahead of time. So I was in middle school around that time, bro. I'm not lying. The very next day, I literally told, because I was still in middle school, I told my mom, like, next year WrestleMania, I'm gonna need that. I'm telling you, a year out.
You were in middle school?
Just so you know. Yeah, bro. I was like in 7th, 8th grade at that time. Right. So at that time, I was maybe 7th, 8th grade, but we knew the match was going to be out a year ahead of time.
Holy shit.
And you can always get the pay-per-view buy, especially if you have the money like that. But I had to tell her how important this was. Like, this is very important, like, in my life. You understand? Like, this is a year.
I'm so glad.
And I'm telling you, I was a big. And my parents did not care. The only reason we watched it is because someone else was buying it that she was really close with. So it was like a barbecue party. That's the only reason we watched it.
Did she get a refund?
No, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Get this hate out your heart, bro.
Did she get a refund?
Bro, it's a terrible match.
I'm on Lewis's side until my Via's out the freaking title scene. Get him out of here.
It's a terrible.
He's not even in the title scene right now. He's not even there.
As soon as he comes back, guess where he's gonna be?
In the title.
But if he puts over Cody though, it's gonna be big for Cody.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
If
Mo,
he puts over Cody.
Mo, I'm not okay. I'm not doing that with you again, Malik. But Mo, I'm not gonna hold you.
Bro, you never know.
I'm not gonna hold you, Malik. I mean, gosh darn it, Mo.
You are struggling,
I'm not
buddy.
gonna hold you, bro. Cody is going to be the least important person in that match. I hope you know that.
Exactly. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah,
Why do we keep going back to the old days? Why do we keep going back to the Attitude Era?
But if he's facing,
Sometimes you have matches to set up stories. It's okay. Y'all are gonna get Gunther. Y'all are gonna get Gunther beating Cody at Mania next year. I'm convinced.
That is fine.
I mean, hey, wait.
I like that.
I mean, he got SummerSlam, so you talking about Gunther gonna be a double champion?
He gonna be.
I'm with it.
Honestly,
fuck it.
I think Drew. I think something nefarious is gonna happen to where Gunther loses, and he's gonna win the Rumble. I think he's winning the Rumble.
You think he loses at SummerSlam?
But not clean though. I think it's something nefarious is gonna happen, and that's how.
I think Brock Lesnar gonna show up.
Gotcha.
Brock don't want these problems. You can tell him.
Apparently, he's not being brought back until he's cleared by WWE
lost to
legal.
Cody. He don't want these problems, bro.
Good. Stay the fuck away, bro.
Brock,
yeah, unless your name is cleared in that, Brock, keep your ass away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's back in the video game now, so that makes a difference.
Is he?
They put him back in the game?
I think so.
Oh, got the
That's
game.
wild.
Got the game.
That's weird.
Brock on the way then. SummerSlam.
It is a good
Brock on the way.
I believe y'all. I just don't have it.
But to add on to that, though, I mean, somebody said that Cody will be the least. Of course, not many people could even reach the star level of The Rock, though. So,
You can't.
I don't want to answer.
I love this question. I love this question.
Who's the diva that was driving this era?
Okay.
I love this
Beth
question.
Phoenix.
I love this question because
wait, can we talk? What, are we talking about in their prime? In their
in their prime? Who was in the Divas era with Thrive?
Mickey fucking James. What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
But honestly, the name that I was gonna say, Michelle McCool.
Oh yeah.
Right now, I think Michelle McCool today in 2024 can put on her boots, get in this women's division, and be one of the top stars in this division. No questions asked. I think she can easily thrive in this division right now.
I'm actually a little surprised she's never come back for at least a little run besides the Rumbles and stuff. Like she comes back and does the Rumble appearances, but
bro, hold on. You're going to what Mo said about Beth Phoenix. That also ties into Triple H's biggest fumbles. The fact you never had Rhea Ripley versus Beth Phoenix.
That's wild. Yeah.
It was right there.
At Extreme Rules. At Extreme Rules, they had it right there, and
she literally hit her with a concerto.
In my opinion, that should have been the SummerSlam match. Match.
Honestly, though,
got the mixed tag match though.
I don't know where.
I'm cool with
I don't know where I remember seeing or hearing this, but I don't think Beth wanted to do a solo match.
No,
I don't remember where I heard it, and I could be wrong, but I don't think Beth wanted to do it.
You know what I would have told Beth? How much money do you want? Write it on this fucking paper, and let's get to business. Because that's how big the Rhea match was at that time. Like
the Cope might have not allowed.
Her husband's Adam Cope.
No.
I would definitely say Michelle McCool. I feel like she could always cut promos back then. She had great character work because Lay Cool proved that when she was doing great stuff with Lay Cool back when the Divas division was nonchalant and they had no tag team division. They would have been a great tag team in this era right now if you put them together. But Michelle McCool all around, great athlete, can cut promos, great character work. I really feel like she could come back and have a nice little run. The matches she could have with Bianca, a Jade, a Roxanne, Becky Lynch. I mean, you can name anybody, Bailey, anybody in the division you can name, whether they're at the top of the division, the mid card, even the jobbers, bro. And I feel like she could come back and have great matches and great stories with anybody she wants.
And I promise you, if she came back, her Mania match is Charlotte.
Her
Mania match is Charlotte, like immediately. That's what they want to do. Her Mania match is Charlotte.
I like that. Talk to me.
No, I'm gonna throw out a name, an underrated name, Eve Torres. I think she would do great. Her heel run in 2012, underrated as hell. Yeah. Very underrated. I think she'd be the perfect heel.
The twerking moonsaulter?
Hey, bring it all. Hey, put her in NXT. Have her twerk off with, like, they twerking down there. They twerking in NXT. You might as well throw her in NXT.
I also feel like
Shawn Michaels, I don't know what you got going on. I don't want to see your search history.
Booker T was wild.
I also feel like
he was crazy, bro.
I also feel like how physical she was. Her style would be better in today's era, and that's Caitlyn. I feel like
her spear was fucking brutal.
Caitlyn,
that spear, the way AJ sold that, bro.
Spear was cool, but
AJ's another one that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I think AJ is kind of an obvious though, but we just.
Yeah, Lita Trish.
Somebody said Victoria too.
AJ Lee from a character mic work perspective, yeah, but she'd be Alexa Bliss, like. Like,
and Alexa Bliss.
You got Alexa Bliss over Sasha though.
Alexa Bliss was
she over Sasha.
We're talking about accomplishments. We're talking about accomplishments, not in ring. We're talking about accomplishments, bro.
Oh, she's not better in ring, but Mr. Toxic Jose, do you think Sasha Banks is the worst 4 horsewoman? Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He hasn't answered yet, though.
I'm
No,
home, guys.
That face. We know what that face is.
Yeah, I follow him. I know what that face means.
I'm home, guys. I'm home now. Listen. You cannot show me. You cannot tell me one good promo by Sasha Banks.
You're cooking right now.
Matter of fact, her best matches are with elite wrestlers. Elite wrestlers.
He's going off.
She is not what you think she is in any shape, fashion.
So what you're saying is she's an NXT merchant.
That's
crazy. No, that's crazy.
Why do you?
No, you main event WrestleMania. After you main event WrestleMania, you can't be an NXT merchant. I'm sorry.
Wait, okay. Here we go. Why wasn't Sasha Banks a part of the match with Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte? Why?
The only reason Charlotte was in that is because she's a fucking greedy bitch. Why is she in this match?
In the same token.
And Charlotte's better, but I digress.
I'll let it go.
But I digress.
I'll let it go. My bad.
That was Vince.
Sasha Banks. You telling Sasha Banks didn't want a piece of that pie? You tell me Sasha Banks didn't want a piece of that pie? No, they knew. Mercedes, sit this one out. This is not going to be you in the first place. Y'all remember the match?
I mean, it should have never been Charlotte, but I get your point.
True.
Thank you.
Thank you. My point is that her Hell in a Cells match with any of the 4 horsewomen, great matches with elite wrestlers. Her main event with WrestleMania, great match, elite wrestler.
Oh, and
Charlotte had a banger. Charlotte had a banger with Ronda Rousey. Charlotte Flair had a banger with Ronda Rousey.
Survivor Series 2018.
So did Sasha.
Oh yeah, Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Hey,
that wasn't a bad match.
You're right.
Royal Rumble.
Hey,
Yeah.
Her back was hurting.
Mo, you said so. What did you say about Sasha Banks or like being in the main event? You said you don't be a main event. What did you say? Just for clarification.
Being in the main event of WrestleMania, I don't know if you can call somebody an NXT merchant.
You want to know why? Even though I don't want to take, even though I do not want to take away the significance of the main event. This is why I don't want to take it away, because 2 black women main eventing WrestleMania, that was huge in itself.
Awesome.
Bill was trash. Sasha Banks was a transitional champion. And the reason I don't necessarily am going to use that as much to determine what you are, because the Miz main evented a WrestleMania.
But I mean,
at a time when the Miz is not as beloved as he is now. The Miz at the time, he wasn't the Miz we love now. Miz at the time was like, why is he
You're being a devil's advocate, bro.
But at least Sasha had a great match.
It happened. It happened. Green Miz, like not even like full on Miz that we get now, like not Intercontinental Champion Miz, where it was like, oh shit, that's nice. Green 2-year, 3 or 4 year in Miz that just got done with John Morrison.
No, that was like 5 years. He was like 5 years.
I'm sorry. Main event at WrestleMania. The Miz had 4 moves that we know of at that WrestleMania, and The Rock had to come out and save him to win the championship. No, bro.
Fuck that match.
It is a terrible match.
But Sasha Banks was.
But Sasha was fully developed at that point.
Mo, do you remember Sasha? Do you remember Sasha Banks' feud after she beat Bayley in the Hell in a Cell to
Carmelo? Bullshit. Yeah, garbage.
Transitional champion.
She had good matches. Good match with Carmelo.
Transitional.
Sasha was transitional, bro. You can't tell me when she beat Bayley.
No, she
You
doesn't.
can't tell me when she beat Bayley and had her moment.
Hold on,
like, oh yeah, Bianca Belair is about to take that title.
Hold on.
We're projecting.
Hold on. Let Laf go.
I don't understand why I have to have this conversation almost every month, and it's someone else saying it. We're talking about the same Mercedes, really? The same Sasha. When that bell rings, there isn't a comparison. When she's on the mic, everyone says, "Oh, she can't cut a promo." That's cool. When the bell rings, there isn't anyone who
I got this. Let me cook. I got this because I've whipped ass on this subject every time I fucking speak.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Let me tell you, in-ring work, when people who are in-ring merchants, just because your in-ring work is better than somebody else's, doesn't matter if it's close, clears, gaps, or whatever. In-ring work is severely overrated. In-ring work is on the same level as promo work and character work. If you look at Charlotte, or not Charlotte, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, right? When we compare superstars, in-ring work is the only thing we compare. So when we look at Sasha, yes, nobody's gonna deny that she's probably the best performer we've ever seen. Her promos are dog shit. Her character work, it's fine. She's better as a heel, but as a babyface, she does not have the versatility. She doesn't. So when we compare her to people like Charlotte, when we compare her to people like Bayley, not only that, but if we're looking at the grand scheme of things, the way how Sasha has been presented, that also matters as well. I'm not going to take away from Sasha because her booking was dog shit. But if we're comparing the other logistics of wrestling, yes, in-ring work, she's amazing. But she's also god-awful on the mic. She doesn't have the versatility as well as the other women. And her character work, sometimes it gets bland. Sometimes her promo work, love, she needs to get over with saying bitch. If you need to say bitch to get a promo over, you're not that good at the promo.
Wait, hold on one second.
Charlotte has been more bland this entire time.
Lock, just answer me
Charlotte
this one question.
can't do it. She can't do her face.
Wait, hold on, Lock.
I am more
That's
believable.
true.
Hold on. I will say that I am more believable and keen to believe a Charlotte promo more than Sasha. Are they both
face one?
Are they both mid?
No.
As a face, they both suck. As a face, they
both suck as baby faces.
But as a heel, although Sasha has a better character, I am more inclined to believe Charlotte in her heel role because she's actually like that and being presented as such.
This is my only question, Locke. This is my only question. What is the difference between Sasha Banks and Mercedes Moné? I'll tell you the difference. Mercedes Moné is cosplaying as Sasha Banks in NXT. That's what that is. It is the exact same character in NXT with a worse wig and a bad theme song. That's all that is, bro.
That is
her in-ring work. Don't get me wrong. Her in-ring work, yes, when she works with someone elite. Becky Lynch got a good match out of Nia Jax.
Nia Lee.
All right, we're not going to disrespect Nia Jax.
Well, I was going to say Nia Jax now. Nia Jax now is actually
Nia has done better.
I mean, Ronda got a good match out of Nia Jax at one point.
Right, but this is my thing. It's great to say she's an in-ring worker. You're absolutely right. You are not wrong about that. But Love, you saw her cut a promo in New Japan where she used a child song as her promo.
And
then the match was 13 minutes of her running around, running away from said wrestler, and it wasn't even good. She just hit her finisher at the end. It wasn't good, Love. It was bad.
My problem with the in-ring.
Wait. Let me cook on this too. You know somebody is horrible on the mic, or when it comes to anything related to talking, when one said company has to limit their comment section every time they post a video about you talking, and two, when one of your main highlights is literally you moaning on the floor trying to get over, trying to put over somebody attacking you. That's literally what Mercedes is in AEW. So this is where I say in-ring work gets severely overrated when we're comparing wrestlers, because people do not want to talk about the mic work and the character work. If we look at SmackDown right now, can we say Carmelo Hayes is a much better in-ring worker than LA Knight? Yes. But why is LA Knight better than Carmelo Hayes? Because he severely gaps him in the mic work department and severely gaps him in the character department. Just because you're a better in-ring worker than somebody does not make you automatically better than somebody. There's other components. And yes, Sasha Banks is probably the greatest in-ring performer we've ever seen. But let's talk about the other components within professional wrestling, because she is fairly average at everything else.
And my issue is, and I feel like it mainly only happens with Sasha Banks when we're talking about the Four Horsemen. When we say what's it called, that Sasha Banks is the worst one or whatever the case, immediately we go to, what do you mean, her matches and this, that? The reason why, me personally, I don't really care if you're the best in-ring worker in the world, because most people up here are either going to have John Cena as their GOAT or undisputed top 3, top 4. And what did we say about John Cena for most of his career until that U.S. Open title run? 5 moves of doom. So I don't care. I don't care about it. You can beat Bret Hart is one of the greatest in-ring workers all the time, and look how we talk about it. I don't care.
I don't think
the reason why Shawn Michaels gets elevated so high, not only is he one of the greatest in-ring workers of all time,
it's the same
he also has one of the best character works of all time, and one of the best on the, well, maybe not one of the best on the mic, but it's still elite. That's why we revere Shawn Michaels in such a crazy atmosphere. Right? Undertaker is a lot of people's GOAT because he has the greatest character, bar none, of all time. Greatest character.
I think when you look at, to end this topic, I think when you look at, and I'm not saying Mercedes Moné ain't great. I'm not gonna say all that, but when you look at the people who were at the top of the echelon, when you look at them as the GOAT tier, I feel like they had to check off all boxes when it comes to great character work, great mic work, great in-ring ability, storytelling. And when I look at the 4 horsewomen, I think there are other people that just do that better than Sasha in the end. Not saying that she's not great, but I think there are other people that can check off more boxes than her when it comes to her all-around total package, if that makes sense.
And what you've actually done on top of that.
What you actually done, but I also feel like it's like when Malik said you need to check
Somebody
off.
clapping cheeks back there, bro? What's that, bro?
Yeah, I was like, what is
this? This is my mom, bro.
I'm like, bro, what is
you need to
this?
check off all the boxes, and it's just I hate when people use in-ring work and automatically put that above everything else, as if
it's the New Japan watchers a lot.
It's crazy.
All right, this question right here: was Cody the right guy to beat Roman? If
Yes.
not, who should have?
Yes.
There was no one else. They didn't build anybody else.
Who the fuck else?
There's
People
only
saying Seth
one
Rollins,
other.
Randy Orton.
Here come the Jey Uso fans.
There's only one other person that could have beat Roman, and I wouldn't have been upset about it, and that was Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. If it wasn't him, nobody else.
You would have been mad at Edge.
At that point in time,
WrestleMania.
At that point in time,
WrestleMania 37.
No. Until he stacked and pinned him.
I wouldn't have been mad about it, but I would have felt it was the wrong decision because I feel like that was the win Roman needed. That like really put his title reign as like I'm here.
Yeah, but at the time we didn't really know it was going to.
But leading up to that match, we didn't know it was going to be that. Though.
Get to where it got.
You're right, but I still think even if it would have stayed 1-on-1 and like Daniel Bryan, I still think Roman. I feel like that was the win where I was like, okay, Roman, your title reign is solidified now.
I'm sorry. I know we're off this topic, but can I just suggest something really quick?
Because that was his first Mania. I'm sorry. That was his first Mania, right?
Yeah.
As champion?
Yeah, he had to win. All right, I'm sorry. I know we got off this topic, but I just want to address something really quick because I hate when people say this. When it comes to Sasha, then I'll get off the topic. So somebody in the comments said, "I'm not going to hold the bad booking against her." When you say something like that, I want you to be consistent. So if we're going to do that, we need to have the same energy for a guy like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler gaps a lot of people when it comes to the in-ring work, when it comes to the promo work, when it comes to the character work. But unfortunately, the reality is because he doesn't have the success and the accolades to really put him up high up there, he can't be over some of those guys. That's the thing with Mercedes. She's a lot more accomplished, but when we're talking about WWE history, and especially with the ascension of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and then you still got Bayley and Becky and Charlotte still here, it's hard for me to put Mercedes in that category when, one, those women have Rumble wins, they have Mania singles wins, and they're far more accomplished than she is. So if we're going to say we're not going to we're going to still keep her at this high status of putting her in GOAT conversations because of bad booking, then I would love for everybody to have Dolph Ziggler as a top 30 superstar of all time because of bad booking.
There are people in the chat saying Sami Zayn. What about him?
Nah.
No.
I like the story.
Sami Zayn beating Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I like the story.
It was timing.
Only if Roman didn't have the long reign and Cody wasn't, next up. But
if Cody wasn't in the situation.
If it wasn't Roman in that situation, yeah, but nah.
Okay,
anybody else but Roman, Sami?
To answer the question, what made Cody the perfect and right guy to beat Roman? I guess is what we have to explain. What people want to know because there are people throwing out Sami Zayn in a different name.
It's the fact that he was honestly the only guy aside from maybe Drew who could have been the face of the company after Roman left. I don't even think Drew could have
Roman Reigns should have been face of the company.
Like I don't even think Drew could have filled those shoes, to be honest.
It sounds cliche, but Cody just has. And this isn't no disrespect to Sami, but Cody just has that look, if that makes sense. Like I'm gonna be real. No, I'm gonna say, Luce, he's white and he's blonde. He's got blue eyes. He's perfect. He's literally perfect hero. He just has the look that you just look at like. All right, this sounds so bad because I don't want to disrespect Sami. I love Sami, but if you put Sami and Cody side by side and like you tell the casuals who do you like pluck out who's going to beat Roman, the majority is going to pick Cody because he just looks the part.
He's perfect.
You have to look the
He's
part.
perfect.
You have to look the part of a story. No disrespect to Sammy, but when that story was happening, he was still low key a jobber, still low key a bum, and then the story just so happened to catapult him to where he is today. Cody, he was everything before the Roman story.
Yeah, and with Sammy was presented as like a true underdog babyface who just got tired of being bullied.
Yeah.
Cody, when he came in, was presented as, hey, literally as corny as it sounds, from undesirable to undeniable. Like, he swept Seth Rollins 3 straight times, and he beat him with a torn pec.
He basically said, "I'm going to make this." Like
Cody was he was basically a superhero. Pretty much.
He was booked so strong.
I think it's
who's been champion for so long.
I think the aura has to play a factor into it too. Like, there's certain people you just can understand fit certain auras and just feel like certain people that fit certain spots. Cody Rhodes is a guy that just fits certain spot to be looked at as the guy. Now, yes, 5-6 years ago, of course he weren't saying that when he was Stardust and shit. Of course, things changed, but he literally left, had to bet on himself, progressed, got better, and then people who follow his journey only know that, and then he comes back. And it was a big deal when he came back at WrestleMania for many reasons, you know what I mean? And then they tell the story for 2 years of he only came back for this one sole reason, to finish the story, to accomplish something that nobody in his family was able to do so. Now, within the Roman story, yes, you had the Drew McIntyres, you had the Sami Zayns, the Jey Usos, guys who probably got way more popular and bigger than you would expect it to. But when it turns around, it goes back to the point that a lot of people have said, myself included, was whoever beat Roman Reigns had to be somebody that you could help catapult up to take his place. And I think everybody just knew that was Cody Rhodes. They may not have known it when he came back, but I think it was clear after he won that first Royal Rumble, you felt it, like it has to be him. Like it's going to be him. And then especially after he lost at 39, y'all were like, y'all can't have him lose and not get another shot at this. You know what I mean? It's got to be that guy.
He just has that. He just has that company guy just look. Like, if that make, like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but he just.
I already said it, bro. Like, yes, I know.
We just want to build a company around.
I've said this many times. He is the babyface they've been looking for since John Cena. They tried it with Roman Reigns, and the people didn't like it. They didn't want it, and Roman Reigns doesn't fit that bill. He is that guy they've been looking for since John Cena, to be that superhero type good guy that the little kids and all the fans around the world who like people like that can gravitate towards to and believe in. He is that guy.
And for me, one thing I want to add on before we get to the next topic, the idea of during this title run, like Malik, you said it, Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn got bigger than what they were supposed to. I know other people were like, "Oh, you should have put the title on them." The reason why I kind of like push back on it a little bit is because that's what WWE is supposed to do. They are a company that's supposed to suspend your belief. We all know it's scripted. But they're supposed to take us out of that and just dive into the storyline. You have to have a Sami Zayn story and a Drew McIntyre in the midst of it, or else we get the last year of Roman Reigns' title reign, where we don't care and we're just waiting till we get to the big moment.
We know it's like one person.
Exactly. So if you don't have that, we would have had 2 years of.
It's kind of like Brock's reign.
Exactly.
Yeah. And realistically, you know what?
I'm
glad you brought that up, because realistically, if you think about it, look at the last year of Roman's title run. That last year was just to build up Cody even bigger, to get to that next WrestleMania, to get to that spot, because they already did all. That's why he was doing the stuff with the Bloodline Civil War. They had to make things fit in with that Bloodline stuff, because they had to make Cody bigger to get back to the rematch at WrestleMania to make it work, because they gambled and took that loss and said, all right, we're going to have him lose to build him up even further to make him even bigger. And it worked out. They did the right thing. They made it work out. But that last year really wasn't to establish anything for Roman Reigns at that point. He already established everything he could do as champion. That last year was to solely build up Cody Rhodes to be that next guy to take that spot that Roman is in.
Yeah, and the people making the argument that it should have been a guy like Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, guys that have already been established. It's like, what exactly do they gain from that?
That literally
they're Hall of Famers. What do you gain from that?
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. We ain't got that much more left.
Let's go.
Do a couple.
Cody's now Hall of Famer. Shout out Cody.
He is now that
He's probably like
Now
top
he is
40 now for sure.
He's like top 30, top 40.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see. Who's going to be a bigger star in the next year? Carmelo Hayes or Bron Breakker?
To me, this isn't no disrespect to Melo, but it's clearly Bron.
It's Bron Breakker. Clearly.
Yeah, it's easy.
Bron Breakker is going to be their Brock Lesnar Goldberg character.
I don't
Bron
like
has
saying,
the look.
In this scenario with two stars like this, I don't like saying clears or gaps, but Bron gaps pretty big. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your name? That's your username, bro.
Well, Ospreay sucks.
I mean, it's true.
You think he gapped?
I'm picking Melo. I ain't gonna lie.
Ospreay sucks. I don't think Ospreay sucks.
So this is what I'm saying, because
Melo.
I don't think
Fuck
it's
that.
a clear, but I think Braun is easier to present than Melo because Braun does not have to cut promos. He
show up.
Even though he can.
And the thing is,
He is Goldberg.
Right.
And the thing is, he doesn't need an advocate either. He is literally
He doesn't.
a Brock Lesnar Goldberg combo with promo skills.
Yeah.
That's literally what he is.
Because he can talk.
And he's got charisma. He's got natural charisma, natural personality. Like, although Melo in ring is spectacular to watch and cool to watch and fun to watch, Bron just has this thing where he can move too and he can wrestle too, and he's got in ring, but he's got this like swagger about him that is one of those.
He's good.
Jose, let's call a spade a spade. He also has that look to attract the casual audience.
True.
He has the look.
Yep.
Yeah, he has
Here's
the
what I'll say.
believability too. That's a big factor.
Here's what I'll say about Carmelo Hayes as well. And G Baby and we had like this little debate about Carmelo Hayes, I believe last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever. And I said it's gonna be comparing. People look at Melo and what he did in NXT and expect immediately. Not saying G said that, but expect immediately for him to take over. The reason I said Bron is going to propel much faster than Carmelo Hayes, and it's gonna take Carmelo Hayes a little longer than he did in NXT. It's gonna take Carmelo Hayes a little longer because of the mic work. And G, I don't want to take this W, but what he showed me on SmackDown, messing up on the little lines, that showed me what I needed to see. That it's gonna take longer for him to build up that mic work.
I get it. It's just like
he had and Laf. I know it. Laf, with me and you, everybody watched Melo from the beginning, but also what's different for Melo now, and why I say it's going to take very longer for him to really, really get over with the crowd. He's going to get over with his in-ring work, but for him to make the crowd believe his words, the main reason why he succeeded in NXT was because Trick was that mouthpiece. Yep. That's what helped him. This time around, he doesn't have a trick, so he really needs to learn on how to make people believe his words. He can't do that. Like when we saw him fry Baron Corbin, when we saw him fry Wes Lee, he has the potential. He just needs to learn how to do it on a consistent basis, and he hasn't figured that out yet. Which I feel like, compared to Bron, it's going to take longer.
Well, and then I also feel like you say he hasn't figured it out yet. I also feel like he just got here. You know what I mean? Like technically,
Bron just got here too, and Bron feels
but that's but that's why I said, because Bron has a presentation that doesn't need a promo. Carmelo's presentation is all about confidence, swag, feeling himself and all that. So you have to talk the talk. Bron's presentation is just, I'm just gonna physically destroy you, and that type of presentation, as we see with Goldberg, Brock, you don't need to talk to do it. Brock Lesnar could literally never cut another promo in another feud ever again, and will be invested because he has that presence. All Brock Lesnar got to do is German suplex F5, and we're locked in because it's Brock Lesnar.
I think over the time, though, what's built up with Brock, though, is that Brock Lesnar could say whatever he wants on the mic and nobody would care. He could cut the worst promo tomorrow and nobody would care, because at the end of the day, he's already an established aura, Brock Lesnar, and when the bell rings, there's not too many people that can really go compared to Brock Lesnar. So, Laf, what you want to say, man?
This is my thing. Ever since I've seen Carmelo, and Lewis, you spoke on this already a little bit. Ever since I saw Carmelo start out in that breakout tournament, when they picked him to go against Adam Cole, which at that time, Adam Cole was at the top of NXT still.
Yep.
As soon as they decided to throw him in that position with the better theme song, by the way, because that Death Rebel theme song is bad. I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Bring the old theme.
It's not bad, but it's
his old theme was fire, bro.
The first one was much better.
The greatest to ever do it. Nobody do it.
No, his old theme is great, but but there's
it fits him, but I can't even hear the new one. I can't. But
this is my thing. I think Bron is in a position to where, of course, with the casual audience, he's the big, strong man. So people are going to be like, okay, we want to look at him more. You know what I'm saying? We want to see, and he doesn't move. Bron moves. I don't know how he moves as quickly as he does. It doesn't make any sense. Bron is no pun intended, but he's a freaking genetic freak, you know, as is what he is, you know. Melo is going to take longer to get to that point. But once Melo gets to that point, now it's going to come down to, all right, who's going to talk? And we all know that Bron doesn't have to talk. But when, in my head, I want Melo and Bron to be the kind of feud that like never stops. A Randy and Cena, a Bron and a Brock and Roman. I want them to never stop feuding for. That's why I really want Bron to be on SmackDown at some point. But that's for another kind of topic. When it gets to the point where Melo and Bron are looking at each other in that ring, and they've done it on NXT a few times. Yeah. Melo is going to start showing that gap. SmackDown, I cringe because I love Melo and I love LA Knight too. As soon as Melo fumbled, I knew people were going to be like, bam, we got to tax Melo for that. And that's cool. Melo's going to take longer to get to that high point. But when he gets to that high point, there isn't going to be anyone else up there because all he has to do is remember how to complete a sentence. Everything else is done. The theme song going to be done. The ring's going to be done. The accolades are going to be done. So the only thing he got to do is be able to say A to B. And once you're done with that, you're good.
And the only reason why, because yes, he messed up. And I know we're talking about it now. I haven't seen much about it. But I didn't really put too much stock into it. Yeah, because honestly, in fairness, the what he slipped up on, and then in fairness, and what he slipped up on, it's not like it wasn't a topic of conversation. Literally, like it was about the same thing. It happens. Sometimes I just call Mo Malik on this show. You know what I mean? So I didn't but it's different. He called the man. He called the man himself though.
But I think he said he
was gonna face himself. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I think
also after that too.
But I think it's also like just the fact that like he's still young and he can't really recuperate after that. Like LA cooked him after that, and he had no response to that. But like, if that were like CM Punk would have been like, "Shut your mouth," like, or he would have said something like, "You have a better chance. You might as well just face yourself because you're not going to win a match," or something. Like he would have And
honestly, what he should have, he should have pushed him. He should have pushed him or something, bro. Like hit him or something.
All right. You don't want to.
That would have worked too.
Give him a little push. They have a legit feud, and a couple of weeks ago, LA Knight pushed him backstage. So I mean, you give him a little push, something like that. Like,
but I think
that wasn't planned either.
But I think he would have understood though if he would have explained it. Like, man, listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the point is, Melo's not at that point where he can like mess up. Someone could cook him, and then like he can be like, "Shut your mouth." Like LA Knight, if he messes up and someone cooks him, LA Knight's cooking him back. He's like, "Shut your mouth." Like, don't try to turn this back on me. So it's just he just has to develop.
Also feel like too, this is the main roster. Like even though that's a small little mistake, those are mistakes that you still cannot make. Especially when you're a young guy like Carmelo Hayes being put into the United States title picture like that. Those are just little things you can't fuck up on. In NXT, perfectly fine, you're developmental. But now when you're on the main roster, they're expecting you to know what to say, how to say it. And if you keep making those minor mistakes, which I don't think he will. It's tough. It's tough.
But it's also like if this was Vince, I think Carmelo would be like jobbing for like
he'd be cooked. Oh yeah, he'd be done.
He'd be done. But I think Triple H has more.
He's forgiven.
But Vince would have.
He'd have been dropped instantly, bro.
Carmelo
that man would have went from Carmelo Hayes to.
He wouldn't even be talking to LA Knight, bro. He'd be talking to Max Dupree, bro. Stop.
Yeah, I'm about to say he would have went from Carmelo Hayes to like Doughboy or something, man. He would have.
Doughboy is wild, bro.
Bro,
they would have given him a prime time ass gimmick, bro.
Bro. They would have just called him Hayes, bro. They would just call him
Hayes.
Hayes. Or Mello.
Hayes.
It's not
Mello.
No, Hayes.
It'd be Mello with 2 L's.
Look, guys, Michael Hayes got involved with a black woman.
Hey. Oh my God.
Becky. Better career all time, Becky or Charlotte?
Becky.
Becky.
Not even thinking twice.
Becky.
If we're talking accomplished, if we're talking accolades, it's Charlotte. But Becky won the only female main event for one night WrestleMania.
I even accolades though. You could. I mean, Becky has done.
I was about to say, accolades. I'm not gonna lie. I would argue Becky only because accolades. The reason I would argue Becky Honestly, it's because the quality of those.
Yeah.
Honestly, if
accolades.
And her rise was
I'm talking
insane.
like stats. I'm
Her
talking
rise
technical
was
stats. I'm not
crazy.
talking about what's attached to the stats. I'm talking about just the pure stats. That's
Now
what
Becky definitely got quality. She has versatility. Her character
Yes.
work is much better. I also feel like she's a better star maker as well.
Yeah.
And she was the face of the company.
Not even
Charlotte
close.
never was.
Yeah,
Charlotte was never
Becky.
the face.
I feel
They
like
wanted her to
when
be
you-
though. They definitely.
when you look
tried.
at when you look at the whole embodiment, I think we really, and a lot of the Becky haters gonna hate this, but we really need to start putting Becky Lynch like she could literally be the greatest women's wrestler in history.
She's my
She is
favorite.
right. I
She
think.
is.
I think
She
she
is.
is right now.
But there
I
are
think
there are some
Damn,
people
I'm
who still don't want to say that though. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Oh,
always
no,
say that, though.
you're right. But
Well, yeah.
honestly, I think Becky
Love.
is the GOAT right now until
Thank
Bianca
you.
Belair finishes her career.
When the
I
facts
think
were
Bianca
right
Belair.
I don't know,
is-
though.
It's the
I
John
don't
Cena
know, though,
effect.
bro.
It's gonna
Like-
be the John Cena thing where he goes away, or when Becky goes away, they're gonna be like, "Oh, wait,
She's away right now.
I respect you."
She's
now.
away, and I'm so happy.
it's-
These days have been the best
Well,
days of my
no,
life.
give it a couple years.
She'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back.
Cena haters
You
just
know,
say
I'm
that.
still
I
here.
feel like-
Go away, bro.
I feel like
Ain't
the
gonna
person
lie.
that surpasses her is whoever wins the first ever all women's main event of night 2 of WrestleMania. That's how we know. Because I mean, until then, you really can't top that. Like you really can't
I mean,
top
you look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
and honestly,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be two things. It also plays into a factor. Becky Lynch is literally the only woman in WWE history who can literally say she was the face of the entire WWE over the men and the women at one point. Granted, it was one of the worst years WWE ever had. 2019, terrible year.
She was
But
still the best.
But it
year.
wasn't
literally,
her.
she was the biggest star in the company at the time over any man, any woman at the time frame. So I think to be in the stats like that, where you have Grand Slam champion stats, you've won a Royal Rumble, you've main evented a WrestleMania, the last all-night women's WrestleMania in WWE history before they went to 2 nights. But she's literally the only woman. I think we have to realize that, especially what women's wrestling used to be at one point in WWE. She is the only woman to say that she was the face of the entire WWE at one point, bro.
And also, too, to the chat, y'all can chime in because I want to know what the argument is for whoever else would be above her.
I've
Like,
heard people say
honestly, who
Charlotte.
was above her?
I've heard people say Charlotte.
don't y'all dare
She's a
say
better in-ring
Trish.
performer.
Yeah, and no, if you
Mine is
because
Sasha, so.
for me, if
Hey,
you
you're
want me
wrong.
to,
That's
if
crazy.
you want me to keep it 1,000 with
Oh
y'all,
my gosh.
Hell
if you
no.
want me to keep it
Here
1,000
we
with
go.
y'all,
Here you
I'm
go.
gonna just be blunt, and no, people ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Trish, Lita, Mickey,
Oh, boy.
great for their time. Not gonna disrespect what they did for their time, especially in a
Watch what you
Let's
say
be
about
real,
Mickey.
like-
Watch what you say about Mickey.
No, I rock with Mickey. I'm talking just WWE. I'm not talking anything outside of that.
Okay.
Okay.
They was
Okay.
great for their time in the era of women's wrestling that WWE did not care about. But Becky Lynch,
Gaps them.
Bianca Belair eventually,
Yeah.
because the way they're presenting her, Charlotte, they
She's already on
surpassed
Mount
them.
Rushmore.
Leaps and bounds.
Obviously,
They surpassed
easily.
All the forms.
Easily.
were
No,
bad.
but Nate,
That's not even a
there's
question.
people but Nate, there's people to this day that swear that's crazy.
Yo,
And I don't
dude,
know
never
how.
seen
It's
a level.
nostalgia. It's called nostalgia. They don't
It's
want to let that
nostalgia,
shit go.
bro.
But that's what
I
I'm
don't wanna
asking
let
the
that shit
chat.
go.
Who could possibly be above Becky?
The only other person I would say if she had the popularity, to me, would be Bayley. Because Bayley can do a lot of great things too. She can make
Yep.
stars. She was a good baby face and a great heel. She got the accolades, but she never was able to reach that peak that Becky Lynch was. Granted, she had some bad booking, but she never reached that peak where she was like you could argue maybe she was
She's Dean
in
Ambrose.
NXT. Yeah, she was always
Damn.
she's always
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
She's
that's
always
not,
been-
not a bad comp. Not a bad
she's
comp.
always been that one person in the Four Horsewomen that's very, very good, but gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying, by a lot of people. Doesn't get talked about enough. And I don't even think she's the
why
worst.
that's a
Out
great comp. Dean
and I don't even
That
think she's
is-
the worst
yeah.
out of the Four Horsewomen. I don't even think she's the worst out of the Four
So
Horsewomen.
I think she gaps Sasha too, in my opinion.
I think I don't
I
even
think
she's the
2020
worst.
is what pushed it.
Alright.
2020 is what pushed it for me.
You can,
When they're on the screen together, and Bayley was obviously the bigger star.
No, I mean that's true too. But like when you look
That's
at it though,
nasty,
if
man.
Bayley was able to have that strong popularity and fan base that Becky was, because she already has the accomplishments. Bayley's first ever women's Grand Slam and a Triple Crown Women's Champion. She got Royal Rumble wins. She got a Money in the Bank. She got all the championship accolades you could name. First ever women's tag team champions. She's made history with all types. She was a part of one of the women's matches that helped revolutionize women's division for the era that they're going into. She just never reached that peak in that popularity.
Hey, Lofts, let me show you something. You know what Mercedes or Sasha Banks is scared of? You know what's the one thing that scares her? One of these.
All right, bro.
This is one of these.
Not
When she
Charlotte
hold one of
isn't that
these,
good of
I
a
like
promo.
Sasha.
bro. Charlotte isn't a good promo either. She's not.
Charlotte's a
She
bitch.
is.
Don't get me started.
Hey,
Don't get
you
me
know
As a
what's
started.
heel,
crazy, Loft?
as a
You know what's
babyface,
crazy,
she's-
Loft?
I don't know.
As a heel too.
I don't know where.
As a heel, she's good. She's
Loft.
on.
No.
I've heard you bring up
Who?
Charlotte multiple times, Loft.
Who's the bad
Here's
heel?
my thing. You're right. Charlotte Flair, she's not a good baby face. I don't think she's a good promo at all. Obviously, she's
At
great in
all.
the ring. But you know what the difference is?
No, her
between
promo's not that
Charlotte,
terrible.
you want to know what the difference is between Charlotte and Sasha Banks? And when we have these conversations, I feel like it's important to recognize
Charlotte can say woo.
how they're presented. How they're presented. Sasha Banks could not hold a title if they held a gun to the back of her head and said, "Don't drop it."
Yo.
She was going back and forth.
Wait,
with
why are we
Charlotte,
talking
bro.
about? Why are we on Sasha again? I thought we were talking about Becky.
Yeah, let's
Because
leave her alone.
he keeps bringing up Charlotte with the promo.
Because
thing. I don't
people
bring
go
up-
back to because Charlotte is looked at for some reason by some people on this high level, and it's like I don't see this gap that people they're like, oh, Sasha's this bad on the mic. Charlotte's not that good on the mic. either.
Charlotte's horrible. I'd rather listen to Sasha.
Becky
I'm sorry.
doesn't have that,
Well,
those good promos that
Oh,
move
she's not
mountains either.
horrible, bro. Horrible.
Bailey's
Out of
the
the
one
four
who-
She's
horsewomen,
dog
I think
water.
Charlotte,
Oh my
well,
fucking
I think
God.
Charlotte and Sasha.
And your
are
dad's
3 and
Ric
4.
Flair? Jesus.
Don't get me wrong. I think Charlotte and Sasha.
I don't think she's as bad as y'all happen enough to be though.
Yes, she's
She's
not bad.
Charbot
bro. Like,
3000.
she's
Get
not.
her-
She's terrible.
She's so robotic.
not
She's not.
top tier.
She's not
Fuck
bad. I
God.
think.
She's
I
not
think.
Becky.
I think most of her promos are just repetitive though. Like Charlotte hasn't been
Yeah.
able to evolve with her gimmick, so most of her promos are "I'm
Exactly.
the queen,
They're the same.
I'm the best,
I'm the queen.
Does
Right,
that not
she-
attribute to you being
Her
a bad promo?
promo,
though?
like,
She's better than Natalia on
No,
the mic.
because
Like,
she has-
Natalia's
she has-
not
Well,
great.
that's not saying much.
Charlotte,
That's a very low bar.
She can-
She-
No,
Charlotte would talk
Hold on.
circles around Natalia. Let's be real.
What I'm saying is,
It's
she
not
can cut
close.
promo.
Nate,
She
you
can cut-
talk
she
circles
can
around
cut promos.
Natalia.
Most of her promos are just repetitive.
All of us do.
Honestly, Nate low key is a good promo though. I seen his.
Yeah, Nate's a
Malik
great
makes a good
promo.
point.
Low-key's
Malik makes a good point.
promo.
She is very repetitive.
Her
No,
pro-
she-
yeah, her
That's
pro-
my thing.
I don't think she's bad on the mic. Her promos are just
Sasha Banks
repetitive
is
because she
too.
hasn't evolved. Like literally, Charlotte right now has been the same since 2015. She's been the same.
Facts.
Her
Facts.
And
character-
another thing to the Becky and Charlotte thing, Becky can have a storyline, whether it's good or bad, that's your judgment, can have a storyline away from the championship. A
Yeah.
prolonged storyline away from a championship.
But you know what though? I've said that before too, and I gotta critique myself for that because that's mainly the entire women's division. Like they need to start doing more. They
That
need to
is
start
fair.
doing
That is fair. The whole women's division can't have.
no, because
Unless
if you
you're
look
in
at
NXT.
if you look at all the top storylines in the women's division with Becky, Rhea, they all involve championships. You know what I mean? So I feel like they need to focus on doing that with women more. Like NXT,
I
G
love
said, bro.
NXT
Like
for that.
they had 6 women's storylines going on at one point, bro, and most of them didn't involve championships. They need to figure that out to do that with the main roster. But Charlotte's entire presence though is going after the title. That's what it's been since the beginning, since she's come up to the main roster, and that's why I feel like she needs to figure out something to evolve that makes her stand out differently. Because I want to see what she can do when she's not chasing the title. I know she's great in the ring.
Nothing.
She could put on great matches. I know she can do great stuff, but I
Yes.
don't want to see her come back and just be like, "Oh yeah, that title. I want the title now."
I'll
Like,
give Charlotte
you
points.
already
for
got
this.
14, bro.
I'll give her points for this. She's amazing when it comes to like big matches.
Oh,
She got like that, like Lewis has said it before. She's got like that John Cena Undertaker effect. When it's time for like a huge match, she gonna tear the house down.
Yeah, she is the queen of great match, bad build.
Hold on, can
She is
we
literally the queen of that.
can we also
Great
say,
match,
I mean,
bad build.
to be fair too though, when they were getting into Charlotte moving away from the title picture and actually putting on a good story, she unfortunately got hurt. She got hurt.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Because her and Bianca, they were starting off really good, and they probably would have had match of the night.
That
if they
was
faced
supposed to be the Mania match.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the
Bianca
Mania
Charlotte
match.
was supposed to be the Mania.
And that wasn't going to be for the title, but they were actually building that up
How
pretty
am I
good. But
yapping
she got hurt,
before?
unfortunately.
You always have, bro.
So she is capable of getting into good stories without the title. She just needs to stay healthy.
I pissed
shall
off a
see.
Charlotte fan apparently.
When she comes back, we shall see.
That's tough.
What topic?
Being a Charlotte fan, crazy.
Best wrestler in the world, bro. Is that what we're going with?
Gunther.
Right
Fucking
now,
name.
Not
Brian
Ospreay. I don't wanna
Danielson.
hear
My
it. I don't wanna
fucking
hear it. I
name.
don't wanna hear it.
Brian Danielson.
Why are you swearing like that?
Fair,
What's going on? Why are
fair.
you swearing like
Gunther's
that?
number
That's
two.
fair, but
Gunther's number
I'm
two.
going
That's my
Gunther.
king. But
I
Brian
will go
Danielson is
Gunther.
number
Brian
one.
Danielson's number
It's
one.
crazy.
You talk about that main event loser? You talk about him?
That's
Brian
cool.
Danielson, the main
That's
event loser.
cool.
Brian Danielson
It's still
is the
Brian
best
Danielson.
wrestler in the world.
Okay, let's separate the two though, because I think
I love Brian Danielson. I ain't gonna fault you.
I think we got to talk about in ring wise, but also presentation, because there are a lot of wrestlers right now who may be at the top, but they may not be better in ring wrestlers than certain people. So if you want to say Brian Danielson's the best pure in ring wrestler, still bell to bell, I mean, I can't argue that fact. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you put Brian Danielson in the ring. You put Brian Danielson in the ring with anybody, he gonna have a good match.
Let's be crystal clear. We have our own opinions on who we think the best in the world is.
Ooh, somebody said
Nobody right now. Nobody's Cody Rhodes. That's just the hard truth. Nobody's Cody Rhodes. Objectively, casual wise, or whatever, Cody's number one. Objectively, nobody's Cody Rhodes. But if we talk about bell to bell, ain't nobody Gunther. Ain't
Nobody is Gunther.
But could you say the same thing with Brian Danielson though?
I'm gonna say this.
Danielson not
Same. But I'm gonna say this. Gunther's the closest we've had to Bret Hart since he retired.
Gunther's the closest to what?
To Bret Hart since Bret retired. In ring wise.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Can you explain that?
Like we've never like as far as WWE goes, someone who just executes everything perfectly, like bell to bell. Like there's not a flaw in Gunther's game.
What size gloves are you so that we could box?
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Put Gunther and Bray.
I mean, in that sense, Nate, I get what you're saying. In that sense.
No, that makes sense what he's saying. Like, if you,
I mean, I get it. I get it. To.
But if
the thing, so I think we can agree. I think we can agree that when it comes to, if we talk about presentation or whatever, like nobody's Cody. Like Cody, that's objectively like the number one guy in wrestling right now. Why'd you say it like that? He sounds so disappointed. He said, "Oh yeah."
What?
The way he's right.
He's like Cena. How Cena was. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. That's like how Cena was.
Guy in the world. Yeah, but I got Gunther. Ospreay don't make.
So
the top.
He don't move me at all. He don't move me.
So you mean to tell me Mercedes Moné isn't being presented as a CEO?
Bro, Tony Storm clears her. We not doing this.
Random stray, bro. Leave her
alone. What was that? See, what is
Leave her alone.
Yeah, that was random.
We moved off of her.
Hey, AEW has a hard problem with booking people to look like they're a threat. I thought we all understood this.
Anyway.
That's why.
No, he's true about that.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. Brian Danielson. The reason why Brian Danielson is great is because even though they don't present him as the greatest, they don't present him as high as they do Will Ospreay and other people that are on that brand. Every time he goes out there, he performs. When he's having matches against people who I've never seen wrestle before on Collision, and I'm like, I have to see this person wrestle again because Brian made them look good. That Brian made himself look good, even on half a neck. Brian ain't got half his neck there, but for some reason, that man makes you believe either that person he's in the ring is going to die, or he's going to die, or they both going to die together on TV. On TV, Gunther does that well too. But WWE,
I've heard
where they have to present Gunther like that.
Right,
Tony Khan doesn't present Brian like that. They don't.
Here's what I'll glaze.
Not anymore.
Present Gunther's case. So the reason why I believe Gunther, for you Ospreay fans, eat a dick, he clears him.
Damn.
The reason why I have Gunther as the best in the world, and we said this on the debate between John Cena and Gunther when it came to the mid-card title runs, is the degree of difficulty Gunther is able to elevate people. Like Gunther has shown you can put him in a shitty situation and he can turn that shitty situation into the best situation that you have for a very long time. And not to mention, compared to guys like a Bryan Danielson, compared to guys like a Will Ospreay, Gunther, when it comes to his matches and his in-ring storytelling, he is on major time constraints compared to the other best in-ring performers in the world. And within those time constraints, whether it's an 8-minute match against Bronson Reed, whether it's fucking 13 minutes, whatever the fuck, because he's on those major time constraints. I said it before. He had 23 title defenses in his IC title run, and 11 of them were under 15 minutes. Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay, they're getting 15 minutes and above most of the time. Shit, maybe even 30. So the degree of difficulty, in the in-ring storytelling that he's able to present with the time constraints, and knowing with those time constraints, he still puts on the best matches of that night, is why I have him as the best in the world. Because if Ospreay and Bryan Danielson need these time constraints to put on these classics, and Gunther is getting 13, damn near average of 13 minutes that he's putting on these classics, I imagine, okay, if Gunther's doing this with these time constraints, imagine what Gunther can do if he had 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It wouldn't be a conversation.
I've heard a lot of great answers, but crazy for not saying Omos because that's the clear answer. But That's
I mean, it's where
that's the truth.
It's easy.
Besides
Omos,
I get it, bro. No, stop, bro. I get it.
That's the clear answer, but
no, it's not, bro. Stop that.
Why don't you like Omos, bro? What you mean?
He ain't got more than 4 moves. What you mean?
I named you 4 moves when we started.
Oh, and Prince Liger, I saw you thought Gunther had a bad match.
Yo, Nate, relax.
Brian had a bad match either, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Who should end Cena's career if you had to pick?
Himself. Just stop wrestling.
I've never slandered Gunther.
Who should be? We don't do that.
I got one. I got 2. I got one.
You don't say their pick, they get mad. We're gonna have a bad match. Brian didn't have a bad match either. So what are we talking about? Please stop it with that.
Brian is a living, breathing 5-star classic guy. Bro.
Please.
Nice.
You can find you don't have Brian matches.
Ron Breaker.
Oh, he's gonna turn Cena to dust. Gonna turn Cena to dust.
That should be the one.
That's
one of them.
Walk out alive.
He'll be alright. He's got Hollywood. They'll scrape him.
Who's the other one?
He will not be alright.
Cody.
Who's the other one?
Kill Cody.
He will not be all right.
Oh, Homelander Cody is actually a great one.
Yeah.
Homelander Cody.
Yeah. Homelander Cody
to retire Cena.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Bron
I'm
Breaker.
not lie. I'm gonna take Nate's idea. That's perfect.
Why do you want Cena to die? Why do you want him to die?
Well, obviously, if
he's super Cena. He'll be alright.
I'm genuinely
47.
I genuinely believe big stars like that. I feel like if they're gonna retire, unless it's like, for example, Randy and Cena, and like that's both their last match.
Maybe face theory.
I feel like people like Cena. I feel like their last match, and when they get retired, I feel like they should, like, in a sense, get retired. Like Braun Breaker destroyed him so bad, Cena had no choice but to retire. That's how I feel. Big stars like that should go out. Hey, and that's how I feel they should go out. Because you've been such a big star for so long. Braun Breaker just took you out? Wow, I need to take Braun Breaker serious. He just took out my hero. Somebody I loved watching growing up, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That's how especially if you're going to have a heel do it. Yeah, I feel like they should always be taken out. What's it called? Like, viciously, I guess, in a sense. Like, put that nigga in a retirement home, especially if you're old.
Yo.
Can I go off the wall with my answer? I'm gonna go a little bit different. And no. Hey, that's not bad. No.
Relax.
No, for me, I would like Obafemi. That'd be my answer.
Oh,
I like that pick.
I don't know if he's gonna be in the main
roster. Let him cook. Honestly, hey, if you need someone to retire, Bobby Lashley. I'm just saying.
Yes. Now, Obafemi to retire Bobby Lashley, I like that a lot more. I like that a lot more.
That's crazy. That's nice.
Bro, I heard rumors that if you search up the definition of aura, just Obafemi's name pops up.
That's wild.
Obafemi do got that aura, bro.
Bro, Obafemi and Omos as a tag team undefeated, bro.
Oh no!
My God!
No.
Undefeated, bro.
You ruined it. No, you ruined it.
Why are you hating?
It's over.
Why are you hating, bro? You're acting like, come on, man.
Bro, I'm about to play the Ruckus music.
Should WWE do a six-person Hell in a Cell again?
No.
Yes.
Not good.
But only if you have like
wait. What you mean six-man Hell in a Cell wasn't good? Who said that?
Okay, not good as a reach. Not good as a reach. But you have Elimination Chamber. When they did that match, Elimination Chamber wasn't a thing. What's the point?
Because all of them, they can be in the ring at the same time.
Now
Hold
that the chamber. Hold on. Now that the chamber is a thing, yes, I can digress, but we're not gonna act like that match wasn't legendary, bro. That's first.
It's legendary,
but even then,
I don't have it in my top 10.
But even
top
then,
what?
elimination chamber. Wait, what?
What?
I don't have it in my top 10.
You don't have a top 10. It's not a top 10 Hell in a Cell match ever.
If you have it in yours, I'm not mad at it, but I don't.
How is it not? How is it not a top 10 Hell in a Cell match ever?
I'd have to.
I feel like it's crazy for me. I feel like even.
Put down your list real quick. Write down your list real quick.
I'm about to say. I feel like there's no way you can find 10 matches better than that, bro.
Okay, just wait.
I don't think
because I did last year. I did this last year.
CM Punk and Undertaker on that list, bro.
Absolutely not.
I need to see this list, bro. I need to see this list.
I got you.
Hey, I listen.
If you got it top 10, I'm not mad at you, gang. If you got it top 10, I'm not mad at you.
I can give you 5 max, but I feel like you're
gonna 5.
I feel like you're gonna start stretching it when you get to like 8 through 10. I feel like you're gonna start.
Honestly, bro, I don't even know if I can give you 5, bro. If I'm being honest, I don't even know.
What? Okay, not see. That's where you lose.
Look.
That's where you lose me.
That 6-man Hell in a Cell match is legendary.
It's legendary. I'm not denying that, but as a match, I don't have it in my top 10. That's just me.
Mo, I can give you 5 off the rip that even if y'all disagree with, I will understand. End of an era, I'll give you that.
Yes,
I'll give you
1,000%.
I'll give you the New Day Usos Hell in a Cell.
Thank you. I have to go back to this whole.
Yes,
that's on my list.
No, I
I'd have to go back to this.
Are you counting women in your list or just men?
Women's count.
Hold on, I have to look at my list again. It's been a long ass time since I wrote it down.
Okay, because I can give you.
Because I did this 9 months
Sasha
ago.
Becky.
Yeah, I was about to say I can give you.
No, I don't have that over there.
No, I don't either. No.
I mean that's fine, but
he gonna have.
That's not crazy.
I let you know.
You know Mo got Bobby Lashley and Xavier
If I had to name ones that I would
relax.
He got
If I had to name ones I would put over it, I would say.
Hey, don't disrespect that match. That match was good. Don't disrespect that.
Bro, why am I getting ads on this bullshit video, man?
First ever Hell in a Cell, I would say at the end of an era.
It's your video, nigga.
That was great. End of an era.
You're right. Why am I getting ads on my own shit anyway?
I don't know. Anyway, first ever Hell in a Cell and first ever Hell in a Cell. End of an era.
Absolutely.
I would say Batista and Triple H, very underrated Hell in a Cell match. That was very.
What about Undertaker and Edge?
See, like you're naming all the ones on my list. See, I'll name. Okay.
No, I would have.
So I got it pulled up.
Yes, please, let's get through this.
Undertaker and Edge is really good too, though. That's a really good one.
Yeah. So Taker Mankind's on my list.
Yeah.
Taker Mankind.
Taker Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Batista Triple H.
Yes.
Taker Triple H.
Taker
Edge. Yeah.
Taker Edge.
Taker Edge. Cactus Jack Triple H from No Way Out. Lesnar Taker.
Lesnar Taker. Which one? Oh yeah.
Which one?
No Mercy. No Mercy.
No Mercy.
Usos New Day.
No, I'm not putting over 6-man.
I'm not putting it over them, but I'll understand.
That's
that
fair. That's fair.
That's
When we're getting to this range, I'm not mad at you. Rhodes Rollins, Reigns Uso.
Rhodes.
I probably have that 6.
Oh, that's where you start. No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad at you if you think
I think he had a torn pec. No.
Yo, you was about to start doing the dance. He was about to start doing
Yeah. I get the torn pec.
I understand if you have it like 8, 9, 10. I'm not mad at you.
Wait, I don't know if you said it, but did you mention Randy? I'm not saying it's not better than 6-man or Armageddon Hell in a Cell, but did you mention Randy, Jeff?
No, he did not.
Because that to me is one of the most underrated.
That was a very good one.
That is really good.
I'm just saying. I'm making it. I don't have it over 6-man.
Yeah, I can't.
Seth Edge deserves some. Seth Edge deserves some love too.
Oh my God! Yes.
It deserves love, not over 6-man Hell in a Cell.
The greatest Saudi Arabian match
That's an
ever.
underrated one.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest match they've ever had. Saudi Arabia.
Thank you. I agree.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Over Roman and Logan.
I mean,
yes,
I'm
absolutely.
not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
It's not like
I don't know. Roman
and Logan go crazy. I ain't mad at it.
But the story behind Edge and Seth.
And Goldberg and Fiend.
Wait, Gunther versus Randy wasn't one of the. Was it the best match Saudi Arabia ever had, Lewis?
No.
Bro, listen. Let me
for sure.
Let me tell y'all this right now, bro. Let me tell you, I'm putting everybody on notice.
I just did that.
The day this motherfucker wins the world title, whatever pay-per-view he's on, just chalk it up for the best match of the night. Just chalk it up. It's not even gonna be a competition. Just chalk it up.
Yeah, if I'm being honest,
I love this guy.
That's
like Bret. I don't want to hear shit from you.
That is.
I don't deserve this shit, man.
Has Gunther ever had a bad match?
No.
No.
Not even against Matt Cap. Not even against Matt Capmoss.
I can't
Why
find
is
one.
chat hating on me, bro? Now
Madcap Moss
y'all
actually-
can't
he
say
was actually
shit.
pretty
Now
good.
y'all can't say shit.
Madcap Moss in that time frame was actually pretty decent. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he was actually pretty good. I like
Chat
him.
be hating on me. 2019,
year,
2019,
2019,
2019, 2019. Oh my
bro.
god. Oh my
2019,
god.
2019,
Oh,
bro.
oh.
2019, bro.
Why are we
up.
going? Why are we
2018 was the
having
prequel.
Why are we
2018
having
was
the
pretty
battle
bad
of
too,
mid?
though, man.
Why are we having the battle of
I'm
mid?
about to have a
I'm
stroke.
lost.
2019
had
had Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins and the Fiend. That's
Not even that. I got you. I got you right now.
Yeah, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
I got you right now. Bro,
I hate that WrestleMania.
we can talk about 2018, right? SmackDown was okay. Raw was dog shit.
It was
SmackDown was alright. Raw and SmackDown were both absolute horseshit in 2019.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes!
Yes!
The fucking wild card
Yes!
rule! The fucking wild card rule! Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, look, that two out of
should
three
be
falls
muted
matches. Y'all
for
like 2 out of 3 falls
questioning.
matches? Y'all like 2 out of 3 falls matches?
No, that was bad. That was bad.
Bro,
Every
let
other
me
two out of three falls matches.
Who shows in the revival?
Let me give you a little recap
Shave
of
it back
what
and
actually
shit.
happened in 2019, bro. This all happened in one
Chill,
year.
Ted.
Post Mania 35 was absolute dog water.
This what happened in 2019. You had Kofi get squashed just so they could set up Lesnar and Cain Velasquez. Bobby Lashley and Lana, the wedding. That was very, very cringe.
Liv Morgan crashed that.
Liv Morgan did crash that. You had Goldberg versus Undertaker that year. That happened that year alone. Fiend versus Hell in a Cell. That happened that year. There's so many other stuff I didn't even name that I'm going blank about.
Dog
right now.
food.
The dog food. Roman Reigns getting the dog food.
Almost
pulled
never
on him.
stop watching
Corbin
wrestling
pinning
forever.
Roman Reigns. That was
Shane McMahon pinning Roman
time.
Reigns.
Yeah, that was the
Shane
last time Roman
McMahon
Reigns
as the
got
best
pinned.
in the world. Oh my.
Shane McMahon pinned
The
Roman
whole
Reigns.
World Cup.
This
The whole
I'm not-
World Cup
this
was bad.
segment right here, the electric chair segment with Sami
Bobby Lashley's
Zayn.
sisters with Max Caster. Oh my God, was that?
No, that was
Bobby
2018. That was 2018. That was 2018. That was 2018.
No, this is 2018.
That was
Oh, yeah,
Bobby
that was
Lashley
2018.
fucking pointing to his ass. Like, are you kidding me? What are we doing?
Hey,
What
Leo
are we
Rush
doing?
was funny though. Leo Rush was funny.
Lashley.
I like
He's
Leo
alright.
Rush.
He's
Brock
fine.
won Money in the Bank.
They can't hold you, big
That
man.
happened.
They can't
And not to mention, I don't care. No, if no one else wants to say it, I'm gonna say it. They fucking ruined NXT. Go head to head with AW. They ruined NXT. That was the downfall. They did.
Yeah,
NXT going 2 hours. They didn't need that.
No,
They
he
did.
was
They
They
did.
moved it off the WWE Network to put it on live TV, and it
To go head to head with
definitely didn't
AW.
feel the same after that.
It didn't hit. It
No,
didn't hit
feel
the same.
Like,
It didn't hit the same.
in
And that led to them having NXT 2.0. It led to White and Gold, but it led to NXT 2.0, which is dope.
But also, though, I think
I'll argue
also
2.0
I would
wasn't as
I
bad
would
as
say that was the
2.0.
downfall of NXT 2 because I think that was also the start of when people wanted to leave WWE too and go to AEW when that first started to grow. Like,
Well, 'cause
when
remember-
people saw what was going on in the main roster, like Adam Cole and all these people, they're like, I'm not gonna be a part of that. No, I'm gonna go over here.
I'm gonna go over there. Yeah.
And the thing too with AEW that people forget, AEW was cooking them first 2 years. They hit
They
their
were.
peak 2021 because they took
were.
a little step back during COVID because it's AEW, still a new company. They hit their peak 2021. The tide shifted when Triple H became head of creative for SummerSlam.
They were done.
That's when it shifted. It was SummerSlam and then AEW. They
2019
did something stupid. They did something
2019
stupid.
had the
You know,
man's
like-
man, bro. The man's man does not move me.
The man's man.
That's crazy.
Fuck that.
felt bad
I
for
fucking
Seth
hate that year so much.
2019
Almost made me hate wrestling that 1 year.
Yeah, that was very, very bad. Who would be the next big breakout star?
It's supposed to say in this next era. I don't know why.
Braun Breaker. Yeah. Easy answer.
You could say Braun Breaker. That's not a bad.
Yeah, I think Bron Breaker
Well,
is easy.
because we had a question with Braun and Melo, I'm gonna take it a different route.
I'm gonna say a different answer too.
I'm gonna say
Tiffany
different
Stratton.
Yeah, that was mine.
Ooh.
Who?
Tiffany Stratton is going to be, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to project too far.
You can say
because
Jay
Triple
too,
H's era.
Jay's-
Triple H's
Jay's a
era.
victor.
I don't know how many titles is going to be flip flopping like that, but Tiffany Stratton is going to be like in the next 5-6
A
years.
better Charlotte.
Honestly,
I'm gonna ask.
On her way.
honestly,
On her way.
she's gonna be a top 5 superstar.
Already better
That's what I
moonsault,
really
so.
want to say. She gonna be a top 5 in the next 5-6 years. She gonna be one of them ones, y'all. I'm telling you.
She top tier,
She's
man.
literally a better Charlotte. What?
Tiffany Stratton
what
is
we
not a
just
bad answer, but I'm gonna say Jade, bro. I'm gonna say Jay Cargill.
Yeah, you can
Oh
already see.
yeah.
You can already
I'm
see.
a-
It's gonna be a hot minute before she even.
I'm going way different. I'm going way different. I firmly believe once this guy goes solo, because I see the true potential, and I've been saying this since he was in NXT. But I feel like the day Julius Creed becomes a solo guy, he up
I
next.
don't know about all that.
He up next.
Julius Creed with the
next.
list.
I gotta see.
Honestly,
Yo, Cody got a list too.
It could be because I've never seen him do it. But I need to see Julius Creed first before I even think about that. Because I still need to see him be with Chad Gable. Once I see that, then maybe.
He's him, bro.
Yeah.
Julius Creed's him, bro.
He's him for sure, but I don't know about solo. I didn't even think Josh Briggs could do it until I saw it.
This may be me tweaking. Major League 2, the catcher that had to look at like underwear magazines to catch it and throw it to first base. That's who Julius Creed sounds like. If you haven't seen that movie, that's exactly
what movie
exactly
are you talking about? Because I've never heard of that before.
It's a Major League. It's a baseball movie. There's a guy with a lisp that had to watch like nudie magazines to throw it to first base. I guarantee. Just look that up on YouTube. I guarantee you, they sound exactly the same.
The only baseball movie I've seen is Moneyball. So if it ain't that, I don't know.
You ain't never seen Angels in the Outfield?
Angels in the Outfield,
You crazy as
I'm
hell.
not gonna lie. I've
Never seen 42, bro. Jackie Robinson.
What?
Oh, the Jackie Robinson is more of a Jackie Robinson.
Bro, it's a baseball
Yeah,
movie.
it's a
baseball movie,
Baseball movie, bro.
I mean, sure, fine, but yeah, Angels in the
Racist.
Outfield.
Julius Creed.
I've seen
Angels
Jackie
in the
Robinson.
Outfield
What you
is
mean?
bro.
I've seen.
I ain't seen Moneyball. What the
Julius
hell?
Creed's rough.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. Moneyball.
Sandlot, bro. You never seen Sandlot, bro?
Yeah, you
Man,
Nope.
No.
You've never seen Sandlot, bro?
That was baseball.
I don't be
y'all
watching
tripping, bro.
movies.
Yeah, y'all tripping, bro.
I don't be watching
I don't
movies.
know.
I'm not gonna lie.
They
I
made
didn't
billion
become a
of them.
movie.
Baseball movies, bro.
I didn't really become a real movie buff until like Marvel started.
I ain't seen basketball movies like that either.
What y'all watch as kids, bro? Just blank.
Wrestling.
Bro.
I watched the cartoon shows.
Wrestling.
I watched the cartoon.
Wrestling,
The
yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah, we watch that too, but movies, bro. Come on.
Cartoons.
Yeah, I watched the cartoon
Wrestling.
movies, Finding Nemo, Shark Tale, all that stuff.
Shout out
Yeah,
Shark
yeah,
Tale.
Pix,
Man,
Documentaries.
The
I
Incredibles.
was a weird kid.
Oh, The Incredibles was my favorite.
Classic.
I love The Incredibles.
Number one.
Yeah, you're right. Shout out Shark Tale. You feel me?
Ooh, what is that? Is that full movie?
Is that a
Oh,
DVD
God.
player? Is that a DVD? I mean,
I think we should go one by one with this one.
Best man
let's
main
go
event
one
of
by
all
one.
time.
We kind of going
man.
long, y'all. Pause. No Diddy. We going long. Pause. No Diddy.
damn,
I
it's
got all the-
6:30. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Time flew
Trying to
by.
get through the rest of you. Trying to get through the rest of you. All right, let's start with Nate. We'll start with Nate, and then we'll go up.
I got all the DreamWorks movies. Stop.
Cody Roman 2. Cody Roman 2. I don't care. Best main event of all time. In game. Easy.
Wait, did it say best main event of all time?
Cody Roman
Yeah.
2. Okay. Mo, what you got?
Rock Austin.
Cody
Rock Austin 2. WrestleMania 17. Okay. G.
Cody Roman 2.
Cody Roman 2. What about you, Lewis?
I am going to show some love to Roman, Bryan, and Edge.
The best ever?
I feel like that match gets criminally underrated, and when you see the story and the in-ring quality, it goes bar for bar. Not even gonna
I
lie.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Jose, what about you?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My boy was Snoop.
I was like,
My boy
Nah,
listening
Cody,
to this. He's
for me,
Snoop.
it's Taker Sean 2 or Cody Roman 2.
Okay.
I want to say Cody Roman 2 because that was the first WrestleMania I've been to, and that the energy for that whole match was insane. So that definitely my second place. But I'm
Y'all
gonna
was
go.
cold as fuck, I bet.
Right, it was ridiculous. That's why we didn't cheer night one because it was cold outside and they booed us. But I'm gonna say Shawn and Undertaker at Mania 25 because that was, to me, that is what was story.
26.
26. They made it 26.
They made. Oh, I'm
They
bugging.
didn't main event 25.
I'm pretty sure Randy and Triple H main event at 25.
Unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately.
Which at the
I'm
time
going Cody Roman and then
should have been the main event. They just didn't deliver.
They should have had a stipulation with that match. That's
Right,
what
it
they
should've been.
No holds barred was right there.
For me, yeah, I'd probably say Cody Roman too, man. That shit was legendary.
Like, I my pick now. Damn.
That shit was.
I'm
I'm
already
giving it
spending.
to-
There's
Endgame.
other ones I would put up there too, but man, that last 10 minutes was like so iconic.
That's
bro.
definitely top 3 to me. No doubt.
So iconic. All right, we got 2 left.
And he
Surprised no
might.
one said Miss
This is
Cena.
the next one. This is the next one.
All right, bro. Who said that?
Who will be the bigger breakout star in the next era, Lyra Valkyria or Tiffany Stratton?
That's
Tiffany.
not fair, bro.
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Tiffany. She's
I love
already
Lyra,
over.
but it's Tiffany, bro. Lyra's gonna be a big star, but it's Tiffany.
Lyra's my stink, but it's
I don't
Tiffany.
know. Lyra can be up there
Yo.
too, bro. I don't know, man.
Lyra's gonna be the next Becky
You know
Lynch,
what?
and
Bro,
Tiffany
that's my
Stratton's
stink
gonna be the
for
better
real, bro.
Charlotte, and the aura is actually gonna be correct.
You heard
Yo,
him. That's
what?
a stink. You heard him. That's a stink.
Oh, I
That's
don't know.
my
shit.
stink, bro.
That shit
That's my
stink,
stink,
yo.
bro.
That's
That's my
squishy.
stink.
It's smushy. You heard him.
What's the last category?
It's my little squishy. you know what I'm
International
saying?
show you'd like to see WWE go to.
Oh, I've always said
Go to
Africa.
Africa, man.
I've always said Africa. Yeah, that's always been.
Go to the
my
village.
list.
I'm gonna say
Sean
India.
said they
Bro.
were going to.
What?
I'm gonna say India. Just come back.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
India. Yeah,
India's
they're
cool.
passionate.
That would
So
be
the
cool.
only the
Uh,
Austria. Gunther, main
Roman
event.
getting all the cheers over there.
the way I interpreted the question was like a pay-per-view or a
Yeah,
PLE.
pay-per-view. Yeah.
And I think I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I still think they need to have a WrestleMania in London.
Yeah.
Bluntly
Absolutely.
stated,
The energy.
bluntly stated, all in paid to be in London. Hey, bro, London is paying for WrestleMania to show. And especially now that it's a 2-night and you get a week there, it would be like the craziest environment for any.
I would say
We might get the best
the
Mania
three.
crowd
The
ever.
3 for me that I would really like to see would be Mexico for sure. Definitely India, and I like to see them do some stuff in Japan too, man. Even though they're going back this year, this year too. But Japan would.
Yeah,
definitely
but it's like a house show tour, right?
yeah, it's like a little tour, but I'd like to see them do some stuff.
That's
in
still a big
Japan.
deal though, considering how Japan really they really just be working with AEW, so that's kind of a big.
Yeah, so, I mean, that could be. I think they're open to working with anybody, though. Honestly, I mean, they're not against working with the.
Yeah.
They were.
No, but like the history with.
Somebody said Jamaica. Jamaica might be crazy.
Jamaica's cool.
Jamaica.
Have y'all
Yeah,
seen
but
the,
I'm with
the,
Mo.
the Uganda promotion that wrestles on YouTube? The Uganda
Yeah.
promotion.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
They're
They're
great.
freaking because the male models.
I'll say,
forget
man.
they
Yeah.
just went over there. If they find a way to combine with them, their whole production is like
Really
really,
just waiting.
man. That's just gonna be crazy. If
They WWE gonna colonize them, bro.
Hey, if they come out, if they go to Africa,
Yo, relax.
if they go to
We will
Africa,
not
bro,
allow it again.
I need to see. I need to see that. That Roman Reigns interview with the lions coming. Bro.
The
Wait,
Lions.
India?
You're
With the
fucking
Lions.
The lions coming to the ring.
I-
Oh, you talking about
With
Africa?
the Lions.
If
Yeah, if they go to Africa, bro, that'd be crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. If Mania
Bro,
gets
I will
announced-
go right away.
If Mania gets announced for London, I might consider that as my first Mania. I can't.
I'm not lying, I would definitely go too.
Yeah.
That would
That'd be-
I'd probably consider
That would be a week long
That'd
trip.
definitely be worth it, bro. That'd be worth everything.
Yep.
Because you not only do you get the WWE week, you're also in fucking London.
Yeah, I'm gonna explore
should be
London.
lit.
Hell yeah, I'm exploring
Should
London.
be
I might make it
And
a
there's
2-week
and there's
trip.
and there's indie promotions out there, so like that would
Right,
be
Mike?
incredible.
Problem.
I think people fail to realize too, like you're planning for WrestleMania, but people tend to forget that promotions build off of WrestleMania, so it's just packed
Yep.
with so much shit to do.
Bro,
Yeah,
when I
there's
went to
a lot of
WrestleMania in
wrestling.
Dallas, bro, you could literally walk on the street and see any wrestler. Not even just WWE. You could see it could be any wrestler from any promotion. You could walk on the street and see just anybody, bro. You could walk into a restaurant and see any legend, any indie guy. It's ridiculous, bro.
I just gotta get
crazy.
WrestleMania is a special time, man.
It's crazy, bro.
People outside of the wrestling
Best
sphere just don't
believe if
understand.
WWE does another show in PR, bro, I'm definitely going, bro. I got to go.
Oh, yeah.
He said-
I gotta go to my
They gotta
island.
go. They gotta
I gotta
go.
go to my island,
Malik,
bro.
what you said is so real, bro. Me and my girl were driving to night one. We saw Paul Heyman coming out of a tanning booth, going into his car.
Hey, what the fuck?
That's
What
wild.
the
He just
fuck?
walked out.
What Paulie
He just
getting a
walked
tan
out.
for? What Paulie getting a tan for?
You have to be like tribal chief. You have to be
Mania, bro.
It was crazy.
bro.
He just walked
Bro,
out.
Getting that WrestleMania tan.
I've gone to
Paul Heyman
WrestleMania.
trying to look
I've
good for
drove. I've drove and gone to WrestleMania and been on the highway, like on there, and I've seen people's tour buses like on the way there, bro. Like people, like the license
Yeah.
plates and stuff in the back, like their tour buses and stuff, like heading in that direction too as I'm going there, bro. It's
Cody
like,
tour
you can
bus
see-
be in the fucking way. Like,
You can see anybody, bro. Like it wasn't Cody's.
Cody, get
It
out the
wasn't Cody's.
way.
bro, that shit
Move,
be in the
Cody.
fucking way, bro.
Cody's was huge though. It wasn't Cody. It was Roman's though.
But do you know what's the most heartbreaking thing? Like, so I'm pretty sure you guys have done it, but like you guys have like as soon as like the show ends or like the main event is like about to end, like you rush to like to the lot to see the wrestlers, bro. I remember the main event. It was Solo versus KO, and fucking the last like 3 minutes, I'm like, all right, I know Solo's gonna win because they don't give a shit about KO right now. I head to the lot and I asked the security guard. I was like, all right, so I'm here. I was like, is Johnny Gargano here? He looked me dead in the face and said, "You just missed him. He was here like 2 minutes ago." I wanted to flip, bro. I was ready to throw a bitch.
I ain't gonna lie. I've actually never gone to the lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh, I got
never
Samantha
do.
Irvin blowing a kiss at me.
I ain't gonna lie, when the show-
my mama
when the-
got it on camera. Yeah.
When the show's over, I'm going home, bro. It's over for me.
No, yeah, I go home, bro.
Yeah, time to go to the crib, bro. I'm going back to the crib. But that would be. I mean, I would do it if it was for a big occasion though, because if there was some big stars there, because the Moss would be crazy. Yeah, the full Moss, obviously. I mean,
Oh yeah, and I dapped up.
I mean, we
Moss,
got
bro.
to.
His hand is crazy.
I'm leaving an hour early just to be there. Right? We'll be the first person in line to go Moss, bro. So.
Bro,
And that man noticed me, bro.
What the
Come on,
fuck you mean?
Omos noticed me, bro. He saw my Instagram, bro.
I'm not doing
Bro, I got the motherland privilege. I'm skipping the line.
I'm not doing this shit with y'all. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not fucking doing this shit.
Bro, one day, bro, you
What
got
is
to
this
come around.
line? I'm not waiting for you.
I'm not doing
Come
this
here.
shit.
One day you come around.
So are you denying that Omos is one of the best in-ring performers in the
I
world?
am not doing this shit with y'all today.
You come around one day, bro. You can come around one day.
I refuse, bro.
One day.
Yeah, G-Baby already came around.
You are not allowed in the village.
Came around to what?
You're an Homo sapien.
Hell no.
You hang
You are
with
not
us.
allowed in the village.
You hang with us. You an Homo sapien.
Stay out of the village.
First off, no.
One day, bro.
I will call the lions.
Don't be like G, man. Don't be like G.
G's racist, man. Like, let's just.
You don't want to be
like
like
him.
this, bro.
Don't be like racist.
All right, guys. Well, we said a little extra for you all today because we wanted to get through all the categories. But thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe, like all that stuff, supporting the pod. We have 320 people in here right now, man. So appreciate the love and the support. I don't know
Happy
where the
birthday,
balloons
Mo.
came from, But
Yates.
love, Jose. Thank you guys for coming through as always. Appreciate you guys for being guests.
Thank you.
Once again, I'll let you guys plug in your socials real quick. People can follow you, your podcast and stuff. So, Love, we'll let Love go first, and then you go after him.
Hey, if you still like me after all the probably crazy things you've heard me say today on this podcast, Laugh Not Famous, YouTube, TikTok, wherever social media platform, I'm there. If you want to see me stream on Kick, I'm there every day, damn near. And yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Again, I am Toxic Jose, one part of the High Tech Wrestling Podcast. Please follow us on all social media platforms at High Tech Wrestling. That's on Twitter or X, TikTok, Instagram, all the above. Appreciate you guys for having me. This was awesome.
All right, guys, go get slutted out now.
No, jeez, stop.
Yo,
Hey, you have to stop this.
for this
You gonna eat some good mac and cheese too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what's so
Big
crazy?
cheese.
Hey, Nate, you know what's
unseasoned ass mac and cheese.
Hey, Nate, you know what's so crazy?
Hush.
My girl literally went to the store right now to go get some mac and cheese so she could cook it, man. But, hey,
Oh yeah, he really about to. He really about to.
Yeah.
I'm about to go make my own because this shit was a miss, even with the garlic salt.
So you willingly bought it knowing it was mid.
But at the end of it, listen, bro.
I'm hungry. I had nothing else.
You could've
Uber
get a
Eats
bag
kept
of
canceling
chips.
my food.
Could've get a bag
Uber
of
Eats
chips.
canceled my food like 5
Bro,
times.
listen, at the end of
You
the
be
day,
using
bro,
Uber Eats? You know people be stealing food out there. I don't trust Uber Eats, DoorDash, none of that.
I ain't
If
gonna
my
lie.
food
I
come back-
might as well get my karma.
Oh no, I'm a walking.
If my food come back and I see 2 fries at the bottom of the bag, y'all are gonna be posting, "Hey, we have a GoFundMe to whoever I didn't shot up because how dare you?"
Bro, before
Hold on,
restaurants
first
used to
off,
actually
hold on,
close up the
first off-
bag, I was getting some fries.
First off, we don't condemn murder on here. I just want to say that. We don't.
Oh
Yeah,
no, we don't.
Don't indict yourself, G.
We don't
No.
He's already racist.
Hey,
Don't
for
get
legal
murdered.
purposes, that was all a joke.
Allegedly. Just say allegedly before.
Allegedly.
Yeah. For legal purposes.
At the end of the day, bro,
MDTA.
make sure y'all stay good, bro, and make sure y'all.
Oh my
Hold on,
God.
we gotta give Nate
Yo,
a
what's
round.
good, bro?
Nate,
Hey!
Homo sapiens, bro. Yes, sir.
Come on, Nate.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
Nate. Get the big screen, Nate.
Come on, bro. I got you, bro.
You love to see it, man.
Where am I? There I am.
Yeet.
Yeah.
That's an Homo sapien right there.
Homo
Proud
sapiens,
one
yes,
at
sir.
Yes,
that.
sir.
We rising up in there.
Yes, sir.
We rise.
What's the purpose?
Well, why is it fuck Mo forever? Like, what is
I
going on?
don't mean this shit, bro.
That's what
Damn.
we built.
Bro.
This is a movement.
All right, I'm
We
leaving, bro.
just say-
I'm leaving. I love y'all, bro. Y'all be good. I can't do this shit. This
It's a movement, bro. It's almost better.